AJ, tell me how excited all those little monsters on the bottom of the screen look. They look so excited. They got their hands in the air. They've got their eyes as wide as possible. Tongues are hanging out of their mouth. I mean, this is how we look right now.
They're absolutely adorable. But let me tell you something, Brian. We got bigger fish to fry. We have no time to settle on the thumbnail because today is PSVR Spotlight Day, as announced just now on the PlayStation blog and on Twitter, on a bunch of things. They're going to be showing off 7 different games. They said new reveals and updates on previously announced games. And they did say, though, that this isn't going to be anything next-gen VR. This is current-gen. We have still a lot to be excited for, as we've been saying. And I've got my moves and my aim controller ready, praying to the gods of VR. Bring us thy immersion. Glory be to all of us. Let the hype begin, guys. I'm so excited. Let's get this going. Let's see who's in the chat, too.
I have my coffee. That's almost as good as an aim controller.
Oh, man. I see a bunch of cats here already. Let's do this.
I think Minecraft Tiger was one of the first ones through the door, and he's saying something, asking about Beat Saber multiplayer. Do you think that's a possibility for today? Could that possibly be one of the updates that they were, being like, hey, let's wait for a Sony event to kind of make it more special?
So there's a couple things that could be going on. There's a bunch of games that don't have release dates. There is whatchamacallit, Beat Saber multiplayer. That would be an interesting one. They're owned by Facebook though, so I'm not sure they'd be all down with Sony marketing. Probably not. It would be an awesome surprise though. It'd be great. But I don't think that one. I think maybe though, if we're lucky, we still have the Tetris Effect multiplayer, which but they did say summer. So keep that in mind. So maybe scratch that one off. And then finally, maybe the Poker Stars VR. But I would honestly, these 3, I wouldn't get too excited about those 3. I don't think they're going to be announced today. I've got my eyes shifted towards other games, some release dates, ones we already know about. But I am super stoked, Brian. What up, Game Cats? You guys stoked? I'm stoked.
Whoa! Tornado is so excited that she's destroying stuff right off camera. I'm gonna give her some treats. Man, I've got. Wait, now I do see that. I saw J Meow in the chat saying that all 7 games got leaked. Is this actually a thing already?
Don't spoil the games.
Don't spoil it. We don't want to look ahead. We want to enjoy this one at a time. Take them as they come.
I saw a hint about one game. Actually, I liked it on Twitter. I'm going to unlike that comment so nobody following me gets spoiled. Somebody made a comment.
All right, so I'm going to make a list. I'm going to say Poker Stars I think should be on the list. Because Poker Stars was one of those games that obviously it showed up on the PlayStation Store. It had a full description, it had a trailer, it had screenshots, it had everything. It looked like it was about ready to go. And we also got the trophies we knew were uploaded, so the game was further along in development than we would have expected, especially when the developer said we don't know anything about it. So I'm putting that on the list because that just seems weird that it was almost ready to go and then it just disappeared off the face of the planet. I think that's on the list. Give me something else for the list. Yeah, Jay, send me the leaked stuff. Sorry, I got a tornado that's totally trying to destroy the stream. Get out of here.
So there's a couple games I would love. We only got last time. We got a teaser for Fracked. I would love a full trailer, maybe a release date. I assume we might be getting a bunch of release dates for this summer. We have a bunch of games coming out this summer. Fracked, After the Fall, things like that. Really hoping to hear something from Sniper Elite VR. Fingers crossed. Pray to the aim controller gods. But I don't know, man. Like I said, there's one that I saw say something, but I'm not going to say anything. It's one that we definitely already knew about. Okay. I think it was shown in the last Spotlight, maybe.
Interesting.
But
I'm hoping to see more about Winds and Leaves. I'm hoping to see more about Song in the Smoke. Yes. I'm hoping to see more about all these games that sort of were given these nebulous either 2021 release dates or summer release dates or fall release dates. So there's so many games that just have this it's coming sometime this year, and we just don't know exactly when. So just for anyone just joining the stream, as AJ said when we kicked this thing off, there are 7 games that are going to be announced, or 7. And that's when I say announced, that means updates on these things, maybe possibly new games, possibly whatever. And so there's a lot going on there. And is it every half hour? Is that what they said?
Yes, every half hour they're going to be unveiling a new reveal.
Which means you and I are here for the better part of the day.
Yeah, man. Strap in. It's going to be a fun ride, but we're going to be doing all this live to celebrate. And we got our community with us strong in the chat. Oh, my God. What is up, guys? All of you. I see you.
Excellent. All right, we got 3 minutes before our very first reveal. This is really, really exciting. Off course says, do you think we might get some games mentioned, quote, now with VR, like they did with Hitman? I think there's going to be like some flat screen games that like suddenly have a VR mode.
It's definitely possible. It's absolutely possible. But I'm wondering if there's going to be something that's available today. That would be amazing. If something if they do one of those where it's like, yeah, this is this game, this is whatever, and then by the way, it's available right now.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Maybe I need to keep my eye on the PlayStation Store too.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. The big exciting one from last time around was Doom 3, right? I think they kicked off the PSVR showcase with the announcement of Doom 3, and they were like, not only is it coming, but it's also got the DLC, and it's coming out like in a month or something like that, or not even. It was like 3 weeks away. So that is that. I mean, if we get anything along the lines of that level of announcement today, then this stream will be worth it already.
And any trailers that come up, we're gonna show them here as well. Ooh, so hold on. There is a video. There is a montage, VR Day June 2021 that PlayStation just uploaded. Let's watch it.
Okay, let me download this real quick. I've already got it.
Okay.
Let me just download it real quick, and we should have it in just a second here.
Okay.
Let me switch over to full screen mode.
What?
What was the video called? Spark montage?
VR Day, June 2021 - Spark montage.
All right, so let's see here.
Okay.
All right, let's watch it real quick. Wow. Well, that tells us everything, right? That's everything right there. That's all 7 games.
That was all 7 games.
All
Holy
right.
shit.
Thanks for stopping in, everybody. that was insane. Now it did kick off with a game I'd never heard of before. Did you see that?
Dude, that one is absolutely mind-blowing. Arashi, Castles of Sin, a shinobi warrior and hunting wolf companion fight to protect their clan. Holy shit, that is right up my alley.
Yeah, man, this is great. And I mean, it's basically almost everything we asked for too. It was we were like, okay, it's got Winds and Leaves, it's got some more After the Fall, it's got this puzzle bobble thing that I think is from Servios. I assume that was just a quest thing that they were doing, and to know that it's also coming to PlayStation VR is really nice.
Hell yeah, Servios.
Oh, and then it ended like Wanderer, Fract. I'm like, this is an exciting day, man. Now the question is like, what will we learn about these games today? Are we gonna See everybody, everyone's like that. Great. The question is, will we get release dates for all these games today? And obviously knowing will we get full length trailers for all of them too, so to reveal some extra gameplay stuff. It's 11,
Yeah.
man. Have we gotten a new anything yet?
Let's see here. PlayStation blog.
So it's actually I'm actually kind of relieved that we know what the titles are now. That Arashi game, I'm like, fucking sign me up,
Dude.
man.
Yes.
That's the Doom 3 thing I was hoping for.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that one definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just refreshing the PlayStation
So I wonder.
page here.
Yeah, I am too. Okay. Nothing yet. It's interesting that they would say. I wonder if this video went out early. I don't know if this video was supposed to drop today, because last time they did it each announcement every 30 minutes, and then they dropped the trailer, the compilation of everything at the end.
Right.
I'm not sure that was supposed to happen.
Well, maybe like they said in the blog post, they want people to manage their expectations, so they'll be like, "Hey, these are the games we're going to talk about." But like again, there's still so many questions. Like, are we getting release dates? Is one of these things dropping today? Like, I could totally see Puzzle Bobble dropping today, right? It's like
Yeah.
that's been out on Quest for a bit, right? And then and I can't imagine that's like a super difficult port process. So that would be kind of cool if that was one of those, and it's out today kind of moments. Oh man!
Oh
okay.
man. Yeah.
Great way to kick
I
off
guess-
the day, man.
Wow. Well, geez, that was definitely unexpected for that video to drop. I don't think that was supposed to happen right now.
Yeah,
But it's in June. What does that mean? It's June 2021. Are those all coming in June? There's no way we're getting that many games this month. That's going to be interesting to see.
June. Maybe it's no. I think they're calling it VR Day, June 2021. Like today is VR Day.
okay,
Like
okay.
we called this PSVR Spotlight because that's what they called it last time. Is that what did they call it that again? Yeah, they did. Okay. So I think instead of us calling it VR Spotlight June 2021, they just called it VR Day. Maybe just to simplify things in the video title. But yeah, man, I'm waiting for this first announcement, quote unquote, to come through.
Yeah. Still waiting on the first one because it started. Oh, it said every 30 minutes though. So it started. So it'd be 11:15. We got 15, less than 15 minutes for the first one. Oh no! Here it is. The latest post.
Yep.
We got
Arashi.
Okay. Yeah, Arashi. Hell yeah! Let's do this. Let's break it down.
Holy crap! Is there a blog post about it? I'm currently
Yes.
trying to. Okay.
Yeah. Here, you wanna? Bam. Oh, let's go through this thing. This looks. Oh, and there's a full trailer too.
Yeah, I'm trying to download that now. Yeah, except YouTube doesn't want me to download it for some reason.
Okay. Here we go. We're gonna get a full trailer. We're gonna watch this, react to it, and break down the article. Okay. I'll wait for you to watch it. I'll wait for you to press play.
Yeah, I'm actually just trying to download it right now, honestly, so I can have it playing here, and
Okay.
and my video. Yep.
Developed by Endeavor One.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Endeavor One. Let's see here. Is that the right people? Endeavor One is developer of the VR industry. Yeah, never heard of these guys before. This game
Excuse
looks
me.
awesome. Rashi, Castles of Sin.
It's such a weird time for my YouTube downloader to break.
Okay.
Just trying another one here.
This one. Okay. Do you want me to read it, or you want to wait for everything first?
Well-
I guess we'll show the
There is a world people see.
Hold on one second.
up to you.
Just give me 1 second. Looks like I do have a download of this.
Okay.
unexpectedly.
I'm gonna synchronize it too. So tell me when you press play so I can watch along too.
All right, let's see here.
On my side. We're going to throw it up here, guys. We're going to throw the trailer up here. We want to see your reactions. We want to hear your thoughts.
All right, here we go. Ready? 3,
right.
2, 1, go.
There is a world people see, and another people sing in song.
Oh.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Insane. This is like Tenchu VR, man.
Yeah. Oh my god. And Shadow Warrior. And Ninja Gaiden.
It's everything we've ever
Shinobi.
wanted.
May honor and the shadows guide you.
Summer 2021. We're getting it this summer, you guys. Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh my god. Guys, a wolf companion. This is like tugging on my heartstrings already, man. You give me a wolf in a game that's like, oh my god. Okay, so we've got also the PlayStation blog. What'd you guys think of that trailer? Holy shit.
Yeah, seriously.
That looks amazing. Oh my god. And we're gonna break down the PlayStation blog article until the next announcement. Oh my god, you guys.
All right, I get the trailer up and running on this screen now. Let me head over to the PlayStation blog. This dude, like, I hear a name like Arashi, and I'm like, I saw the leaked list that Jay sent me, and I see Arashi, and I'm like, well, what could that be? And the name doesn't get me excited, and then that gets me excited very, very quickly. It looks somewhat realistic, right? It's like as much as as much as I absolutely love the art design, like Fract and stuff, and I love the climbing and everything else. I was like, it's nice to see something that's like looks like possibly pushing the hardware a little bit more. Although, I mean, we saw this. I don't even want to say that because I was looking at this.
I don't think that's a fair comparison either.
No.
I don't think that's the best comparison.
It's not because we when we were looking at those Fract screenshots, I take it all back because we were looking at those and I was like, this doesn't look like screenshots. These look like a fucking painting because the amount of detail and everything that you could see. So this just has me excited. I should just leave it at that. This looks really, really good. What does the blog have to say about this? So it says, become a ninja in PSVR stealth action sandbox game Arashi Castles of Sin. The line says, exact vengeance against merciless bandits with your loyal wolf companion and an arsenal of feudal weaponry. This blog post was written by Tom Doyle, co-founder and creative director over at Endeavor One. It says, hello, my name is Tom Doyle. I'm the co-founder and creative director of Endeavor One. What's up, Tom? Come join us over on Discord. A game studio based in Seattle, Washington. Today we are excited to announce our stealth action sandbox game. Sandbox, interesting. Arashi Castles of Sin, coming to PlayStation VR this summer. Assume the role of Kenshiro, an elite shinobi and the last surviving son of the noble house Arashi. Castles across feudal Japan have been captured by ruthless bandits, the 6 Oni of Iga. With your wolf companion, Haru, at your side, exact revenge for their merciless destruction and reclaim the castles for good. It is a time of warring states, and the land cries out for justice. It's up to you to deliver it. Then they go on to talk about your arsenal. It says, in the field, the path and methods are left to you. Every decision you make must be thoughtful, every move powerful. Your wits as much as a weapon in your inventory. Your wits as much a weapon as your inventory. The environment's both an enemy to distract, an ally to command. I'm either reading this poorly or I'm not reading it properly. Take out your enemies head on. Employ deception using light and shadow. Distract and sidestep obstacles and adversaries. Undefeatable. The choice is yours. Yeah, I can't read.
You want me to take over?
Yeah, please take over, man. I'm just going to read along.
All right.
Maybe it's too early.
Arashi is built from the ground up for VR, yes, with state-of-the-art movement and deadly arsenal of feudal-era weapons. There are endless ways to play. Personally, I use the spider approach, setting traps and luring enemies into my web for the ambush kill. Your mileage or playstyle may vary. So there's going to be different playstyles you can use. Isn't this kind of like some stuff that Ghost of Tsushima had? It sounds like, but oh my god. Anyways, let's keep going.
It kind of reminds me of like more like Hitman than anything else. It's like, hey, here's your sandbox, here's your level, here's the enemies you got to take down. Good luck. Go to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but a sandbox environment, those can be super immersive in VR because they don't take you out of the thing. But so here we go. It talks about this is the last paragraph, but it says allies. A Yane spy master to the Shogun and your loyal cousin will guide you in your quest. Haru, your wolf companion, since you were both young, is highly trained to take out enemies. That is sold me right there. Just like that already was enough for me. When you're far from home, Haru is by your side, a ruthless weapon in battle and an empathetic friend when you need her. Oh, and it's a girl, too. Oh, so sweet. At Endeavor One, we're huge fans of genre filmmaking. We have a passion for storytelling and a love for creating immersive experiences. It's what drew us to VR in the first place. It has been an amazing journey for us to make Arashi Castles of Sin, and we can't wait for you to play it. Arashi Castles of Sin comes to PSVR summer 2021. Let's fucking go, Brian.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Dude, the comments in the chat are fucking awesome. Sam Cook says, looks so cool, take my money now.
Dude, it looks like it looked like I was getting like flashbacks. Like this is what I love about VR is getting to experience things that you've experienced before and know and love, but in a completely new medium.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. This looks like this looks like Tenchu. This looks like Ninja Gaiden. This looks like Shinobi, and it looks like Shadow Warrior. The one where you had the Sega game where you had the wolf companion. I'm such a sucker for like animal companions and stuff. I got a dog that I love more than life itself, and having a dog or a pet companion in a game is like that is like directly goes to my heart. And man. Guys. And then the open sandbox environment, multiple different ways to play. What it is, Brian, is there's going to be villages and stuff you have to take out, possibly boss fights and stuff. But you're going to have different ways to do it, and that's awesome.
Can we just take a second and say, dear IO Interactive, here's how you make a sandbox game with Move controllers, because I love watching this guy walk around and pet the wolf companion, climb using his actual hands. Like, I mean, it's just like get in there and get nitty-gritty with the world.
Was built from the ground up for VR. I also think that's maybe not completely fair.
Stop defending people. Come on, IO. Give us our fucking support.
I'm good cop here today.
You're like, I hope no one from IO Interactive is watching. No. You're a little gun shy after the.
That would no. It's just that was built from the ground up for a flat game that had a VR mode added to it. This is built from the ground up for VR. This is what we're after. This is the kind of immersive, interactive gameplay that we're looking for. And holy shit, this looks cool.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody in the chat is saying, like Ben L said, this is totally the ghost side of Tsushima. Shades of Grey Matter says, yes, definitely getting Ghost of Tsushima / Hitman vibes. Stingray X also said that this is, to basically answer your question, he says this is exactly like Ghost. So I didn't play Ghost of Tsushima. I know that was a Dave jam, but this is how I wanted to play that game.
Yeah, like it even reminds me, like aesthetically, like the way it looks. It's that. Where does it take place? Where did it say?
Let's go with Japan.
Yes, feudal Japan. So it's the same kind of setting, I think, as Ghost of Tsushima. So, but that is just wow. Yeah. That is incredible. We're kicking things off with a brand new game announcement. And a good looking one at that.
Yeah, and I think this is sort of Sony's MO. What they love to kick it off with a bang, and then the rest of it's like, okay, that's nice too. The rest of the games in that sizzle reel were games we'd seen before. right? Maybe some that have gone dark for a little while, like Sniper Elite. We hadn't seen anything from for a while, but they kick it off with a new game, the most exciting announcement, and then the rest of it's just fun. And I think
Elite.
they nailed it, man. I think if that's how they want to do this one again, I don't know if I could be any more excited for this. I was a huge fan of Tenchu back on PS1, and then I sort of just fell off the series. But I did like it was the same kind of thing. It was like, hey, here's a level, here's the bad guys you got to take out, and it's kind of on you to figure out the best way to do that. What I'm curious about is like you know I complain about Espire 1 a lot, and because it doesn't really have.
Like force you to do stealth.
It doesn't force you to do stealth, and if it doesn't force you to do stealth, like that's fine, but there has to be some kind of repercussion. And Tenchu was really good about being like, you weren't stealthy, and now you're in big fucking trouble. And if this game can replicate that sense of panic the second you're discovered, like a little exclamation point popping up above my head, I'm like, yeah, man, it's like that's important to me in a stealth game because that adds to the tension. And if they can make that happen, that is very, very exciting. So, there's some discussion in the chat as to whether this is a one-man studio or a full team behind it. I'm gonna do some quick research on that, man, because I'd like to know a little bit more.
Endeavor.
Yeah,
it sounds like a full studio though. But yeah, look up Endeavor, see what they've made before. But it definitely sounds like a full team. Look at it. This wasn't made by one person. Impossible.
Well, I mean, Shadow Legend was made by 2 people. You know, it doesn't mean you're not like outsourcing a lot of work and stuff. You know, so if it's a one-man team, you could still be like outsourcing stuff.
Tom Doyle's the co-founder and creative director. Okay.
Was it Endeavor? What is it?
Endeavor 1. This. Oh man, I needed something like this so bad.
Yeah,
this looks so good. So, Puzzle Bobble, we haven't seen. We know about only because it just released on Quest. So I don't know, man.
We got our answer, man. Endeavor 1 is a Seattle-based company founded in 2014 by a close-knit team of AAA game developers who have worked together for over a decade. We don't know how many people that actually is. As lifetime fans of the industry, we've helped build. We've been on the forefront of the VR movement, experimenting with it as a tool to fulfill the ultimate potential games have to offer, transporting players to other worlds that will blah, 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 blah. So yeah, definitely more than one person, but we don't know how big this team is. But very exciting. Very, very exciting. Hey, how are you tweeting during this? I don't have time to tweet. I see your tweets popping up. Like, what?
This looks incredible, man. Like I said, I love the setting. I love the wolf companion. Like this game has my name written all over it. I know it has Dave's name too. He is here in spirit because he's a big Tenchu fan. I'm more of a Ninja Gaiden fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to suddenly be like, oh, I'm a huge fucking fan of the. I've gone on record before. Like people are like,
you've mentioned that. Yeah.
Like what flat screen games? Like, are you if you weren't running without Parole, what flat screen games did you play? And Ghost of Tsushima is not even on my list. I think it looks really interesting, but like just the whole time period of feudal Japan isn't really something that's ever on my radar, something that I care that much about. But like again, in VR, everything's more exciting to me. If somebody's like Ghost of Tsushima is in VR, I'm like, of course I'm going to play that. That's exciting to me. But like on a flat screen, I'm like, I'm going to pick and choose my battles a lot more wisely.
Well, that's what I'm curious to see, and I have a feeling I know for sure this has a chance to change your mind and open your eyes, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay, 11:20. When did we? Shit, I didn't even see when we got that. I guess it was.
That was 11, right? That was our 11 o'clock announcement.
I don't even know. I can't. That was amazing. So we're gonna get probably, I guess, Puzzle Bobble next.
What's up with that sizzle reel? Do you think that's going to be the order in which we get stuff?
Yeah, I don't think that was supposed to pop. I don't think that was supposed to come out yet.
Is it already down? Did they take it off?
Let's see.
Yeah, they took it off the PlayStation YouTube channel.
They did take it off
so since it's off the PlayStation YouTube channel, let's keep it running in the corner of our live stream. It's like, Sony doesn't want it up, so we're just gonna like let it play on a loop.
No, because let's have the people. Well, I guess everyone knows now.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks that happened.
It does because it would have been a lot more exciting.
But now we know we might get some release dates for some of these games. We'll see when Puzzle Bobble. What about that? But we might get some release dates for some of these other games that we've known about for a long time. Yeah. I wonder if we'll get a Winds and Leaves. Like Winds and Leaves or Puzzle Bobble, I can definitely see like coming very soon. But I would love a release date for After the Fall and Sniper Elite. Sniper Elite, we've been waiting on forever. We've been so excited. And we know they've been working on that game because we've seen trailers. I wonder if we're going to see some new gameplay trailers and stuff too. Maybe some release dates if we're lucky. Again, holding my moves and my aim, praying to the PSVR gods.
Yeah. I'm going to say, man, I'm going to say that we have to get release dates for the rest of the games on this list because we've seen most of these games. We've seen quite a bit of most of these games.
Yeah.
And what are you doing? Hey, get out. Are you trying to kill a stream? Get out of there.
Oh, and I had said before the stream, too, that I was hoping that we see Fracked because we only got a teaser. I've been dying to see more skiing and stuff like that. I really hope we see a new official trailer and probably a release date.
Seymour Gamecats with a $2 tip says, can't wait to show my waifu pillow how cool I am.
Okay. What's a waifu pillow? I don't even want to know.
I don't know. But now I have to Google
it. Be careful.
I know.
Make sure you don't have that window up. So let's see here. Assume the role of Kenshiro, an elite shinobi and the last surviving son of the noble house Arashi. So you come from Arashi. Tons of different castles. The Six of Oni of Iga.
I kind of want a waifu pillow now that I know what they are.
Haru, exact revenge. This does sound like Ghost of Tsushima. Exact revenge. Reclaim the castles. Let's see. It is up to you to deliver it. Every decision you make must be thoughtful. I like that. Because as much as I love just easy, I appreciate there's tons of people out there that love easy, simple, straightforward gameplay. I like a little bit of strategy. I like stuff. That's why I like games like Bloodborne or Returnal or stuff. Or like there's a blend of skill and strategy involved. So that'll be very, very interesting. This looks amazing. This looks so good. May honor and the shadows guide you. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Put it in my veins.
It is pretty crazy, man. Setting traps, luring enemies into your web for an ambush kill. I am very, very curious to see how I end up playing this. And then it's just the whole graphical style looks fantastic. Summer 2021, man. Summer begins later this month. And so that whole 3-month period is still a pretty big question mark. Like we know, like Fract was slated for that. After the Fall slated for that. There's been a couple other games. I don't know. Winds and Leaves, I think it's a fall release. But like there's a bunch of cool games coming in that release window. But like we need dates, man. We need dates, and I really hope they space this shit out because I feel like we got slammed last summer, and it was like crazy.
They do.
Yeah, why? But why? Why do they do it? They need to not do that. Like give it, space it out, man. Give us like a game every week or every other week or something like that, instead of being like, hey, during this 2-week time period, you have 8 new games, and you're just like, wow, okay, something is going to get left behind. And a game like this, just and like what is the deal with this game too? I'm going back to the Endeavor One website to learn.
Can you roll the trailer back in the corner?
Yeah, sure.
I almost don't want to spoil this stuff for some people just tuning in. I know a lot of people here already know, but I want to see it again. I want to watch it again over and over. Oh man, that looks good. It looks so good. Oh,
it's
the
back
artwork,
up.
Cover art.
Yeah, it looks good. Now let's see. Let's see.
I've got the page ready, so I'll be ready for the next post. Do you want me to link it to you when it drops?
Yeah, please. Okay. I'm just looking at the Endeavor One website and seeing what they have to say because it doesn't say anything about consoles. So Do we know do we know if this is a PSVR exclusive?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It didn't say anything about console. So, let's see. Endeavor One. Yeah.
On the site, it doesn't say anything. It says, become one with the shadows, embark on a quest for justice as Kenshiro, a shinobi and the last surviving son. Become a ninja, keep
like
to the
one of those
shadows, scale rooftops, climb to great heights, repel down, and strike from above. Love that idea.
Seriously is Tenchu, man. It's ridiculous.
And honestly, like, I feel like that's something a lot of developers would, previously would have avoided. And anything like jumping off of, rooftops or climbing, doing anything stealthy from a height, and then dropping down and killing. Like I feel like that they'd be like, oh well, we got to be concerned about motion sickness. And I kind of hope it's not like an automated thing where you hit square to initiate stealth kill kind of thing. I hope you actually get to you're holding on to some tree branch or you're looking down from a rooftop and you initiate the jump. You do it all, and then you take your sword out and like slash as you come down. I hope like you have full control, and I'm assuming based on what these guys are saying about like their love of VR and everything that they understand how important that is. Guide and utilize the instincts of Haru, your faithful wolf companion. Now, that is interesting to me because that makes it seem like more than
that
just
seems
like
more like a direction kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like not only this your pet, but you also give him commands, and like maybe you distract guards. You distract her with you distract guards by like sending her off in one direction, and then like they all go running over there, and then you get to go the other way. And so having like that companion, I think would be interesting. I wonder. I'm trying to think. There was a game called Mark of the Cree on PlayStation 2, where like you could actually, I want to say you could like see from your companion's perspective, like you had an eagle, and you could actually see from their perspective. So I wonder if that's something you can do in this game too. That'd be cool. I don't know.
J Meow with the $2 donation says orbs were shown 2 weeks after the last VR day. That is correct.
Oh,
think we'll see the headset in 2 weeks?
Yes. Dude, I mean, we just had a full-length conversation about when we'll see PSVR 2 on our last Gamescast, right? Or the one before that?
Yeah.
And
I don't think we ever came to a conclusion, though.
I did. I'm like, we're definitely seeing it this month. But I mean, optimistic as ever.
Well, not always wrong either.
Not always, just occasionally.
But, oh, man. Oh, and Dreams in the house. What up, guys?
Hey, what's going on, Dreams?
And I see a couple other devs in the house. What is up, guys? Thank you for joining, man. Good to see you, our friends. We are excited. Happy PSVR Spotlight Day. This is good stuff, man. Oh, cannot wait.
We're 1 minute away.
1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute away from the next announcement. My eyes are going to be peeled. We're going to be looking at the PlayStation blog. We're going to be looking over at the PlayStation YouTube channel to download all of their videos before they delete them. Sorry, PlayStation. There's no one from PlayStation watching, right? There's no one over there. Like, well, Brian,
I'm pretty sure PlayStation's watching us.
No,
They're watching us very closely.
PlayStation has no idea who we are. They're like, no.
Okay.
Man, Arashi. I'm so excited. This is. I might be more excited for Arashi than I was for the Doom 3 announcement.
Dude, I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, why you got to keep making these comparisons putting other games?
Why? How dare I talk about other games?
There's nothing wrong with the Doom 3 announcement was amazing. But I'm kind of with you. I'm not really comparing game to game. I'm comparing Spotlight to Spotlight. Right, I'm saying. Okay.
They kicked off.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Puzzle Bobble. All right, let's watch here. I'm going to link it to you right now.
Okay.
Let's throw on the trailer. Let me know when you press play so I can watch it with you. We got a new trailer and everything. Oh, guys, I hate puzzle games. This puzzle game looks amazing to me. Looks really good. It looks so happy. But we're going to see the trailer now.
You didn't link me the trailer. You linked me to a blog post. Here, give me a second.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Sorry, that's.
I'll get there eventually.
Maybe I'll do it from.
I got it. Let's see if this one downloads.
The blog post has it before the YouTube channel, which is
apparently. All right,
you guys ready to watch some Puzzle Bobble?
It's just about downloaded.
It looks so happy.
Go over to full screen. We'll check out the full
Good on
screen
Serbia.
trailers. Yeah, it was really concerning to me when they didn't announce that for PSVR. I really hope
I know.
that this ends with a release date.
Oh, this is so much fun.
Okay, ready? 3,
Thank
2,
you guys all for being here.
1.
Wait.
3. You tell me.
Wait. Okay, ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. Well, so no release date, except 2021, which is fine. What is your background with these cute little dinosaurs, man? Did you ever play the Bobble games or the Bust a Move games back in the day? You're muted, man.
Oh yeah. Not much. I did play them. Was it on NES?
Yeah,
Like Bobble?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember playing
Rainbow
some of that.
Islands, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, so I've got a long history with these, but not. I never dive deep into these. But this looks adorable. It looks colorful. I love the music. Just good vibes all around.
Yeah. This is it's sort of funny that in for some reason I'm wary of talking about other games right now. You're like, stop talking about other games, Brian. But there was but you know, obviously we just got boxed in, right? Which is like a match 3 puzzle game.
Right.
And I kept thinking to myself, like, if we get more of these style of games, and this is like one of the ultimate ones. This to me is sort of the equivalent of, when Angry Birds came to VR. It was like, hey, it's the same gameplay that you know and love, right? But now you're actually got the slingshot in your hand, and the puzzles are in full VR and 3D, and you can kind of like look around and kind of do the whole thing. This is sort of the equivalent of that, and I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. This is pretty exciting to me. Do you think we're going to be able to use the aim controller?
I don't know, because Servios is really adamant about using move controllers. But it does look like it would be a good match with the aim controller. So it would be cool if they threw in some aim support. Is it just? But I see 2 hands and stuff, so I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, my question would be,
Looks like
what are we
probably
doing
move.
with the other hand? Right.
Like loading. They show some of the gameplay. They show you like loading up the guns with certain things.
Yeah, good point. I do see that now. Yeah, so yeah, maybe aim support isn't the best match for this. Maybe move controls is absolutely perfect.
So I guess here in a second we'll break down the trailer and or run through the PlayStation blog. What's the chat saying?
Let's see. Hey, what's up, Cerebral Frost? He said we had a Bobble arcade cabinet when I was a kid. That's a good one to have, man. Especially that's such a fun 2-player game too. Blue Jew, the Underground Gamecast, says Rainbow Islands was so fun too. Totally agree. Glacier Stream says, so for me, I have low hype for Bubble Game. I played Bust a Move like crazy, but I don't know how I feel about the way this game functions. Interesting. I mean, I don't see it being, and I could be totally wrong on this, I don't see it being that much different than Bust a Move, but like it's been 20 something years since I played a Bust a Move game, so I might be misremembering. Beard of Power 666 says, played for hours on the NES. Co-op was so much fun. Yeah, Shades of Grey Matter seems to agree with you about the aim controller. It looks like you need to grab and turn things and stuff, so yeah, that absolutely makes sense.
Part of the puzzle elements.
Yeah, I always get nervous whenever like 2 move controllers have to be like right next to each other and stuff. Hopefully they've got like a nice solution to that.
All right, you want to break down the blog? I got this one if you want.
All right, man, do it up. You apparently are able to read today, and I am not. So do it up.
Well, great news, guys. Bub and Bob are back and ready to aim, shoot, and pop in a reimagined classic launching later this year. This comes from Amy Pantia, Senior Product Marketing Manager for Survios. Says, hi, folks. Hi, Amy. Survios here, developers of PSVR games like Creed, Rise to Glory, and The Walking Dead Onslaught. And we are bubbling with excitement, I see what you did there, to announce that in collaboration with Taito, and in celebration of Bub's 35th anniversary, we will be releasing Puzzle Bobble 3D Vacation Odyssey for PlayStation VR, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. The game will launch later this year. So this is not just a VR game, apparently. This is going to be a PS4 and PS5 game, flat as well.
Which makes sense, I guess.
Okay. They said, bursting with the same vibrant design, adorable characters, agreed, and timeless puzzle-solving gameplay as the original Puzzle Bobble 3D Vacation Odyssey is the next evolution of the classic Japanese action puzzle game franchise so many of us grew up playing. Maybe that's why I kind of like this one a little bit, because it's an action puzzle game. For the first time in Puzzle Bobble history, Bubble puzzles now take three-dimensional form to create new brain-teasing challenges, which will test the most die-hard veterans and newcomers of the franchise alike. Aim, fire, and pop bubbles with your trusty cannon to match 3 or more bubbles of the same color while taking on 100 3D puzzles in our story mode. Puzzles no longer lay on a flat plane, but take the form of three-dimensional clusters that spin and rotate with realistic physics when bubbles collide. Puzzle Bobble 3D Vacation Odyssey will also feature 2 additional modes, Infinite Mode, an endless challenge for players to chasing high scores, and Duel Mode, fast-paced 1v1 battles with quick match support across PS4, PS5, and PSVR.
That sounds exciting.
1v1 PvP. That's pretty cool. A couple more things here. That's actually a pretty long article. Players will face a variety of gameplay mechanics that will test even the most seasoned bubble poppers. Players will need to solve and clear puzzles to earn coins, to activate game-changing power-ups, and maximize their popping power. Puzzle Bobble 3D Vacation Odyssey is designed to be an intuitive pick-up-and-play puzzle-solving experience for players of all ages. We hope longtime fans will be excited to test their skills in this multi-dimensional take on the classic bubble popper while introducing new players to a timeless franchise which has kept gamers engaged in solving and mastering puzzles for more than 3 decades. Final paragraph. Thanks for taking the time to read this. We're excited to reunite players with this nostalgic and beloved title in a new and immersive way. We'll have more details and gameplay to share with you as we get closer to our release, with more 35th anniversary celebrations will be available PlayStation VR, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 later this year.
Yeah, I'm over on the Oculus site because I was curious to know how much this costs over there, and it's a $20 game, which is decent, especially if there's lots of puzzles and especially with the 1v1 mode and stuff. And most of the reviews are pretty positive, man. Pretty positive. Like very few under 3 stars. Most are getting 4 and 5 stars. So people do seem to like this one quite a bit over there.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, look, we all know that I'm not the biggest fan of puzzle games. But it looks like it could be some simple fun. I love how adorable it looks. It looks so charming. And like it just looks like it's the same thing I kind of liked about Vacation Sim. Like it's just I don't know. I love being like in VR. Who doesn't want to be like in a beach or something in VR, somewhere like relaxing, like a paradise or something? But
like perfect.
But I don't know. No, something that looks good.
Figured I'd give it a
shot. But yeah, man. Probably not going to be like my super favorite thing ever, but I'm interested to try it out. I think the characters are adorable. The settings, the backgrounds and stuff look really nice. But it does have that thing of like you're kind of sitting there in one spot, it looks like, and not able to actually walk around. So
yeah,
we'll see.
But being able to turn the puzzle like kind of alleviates the need to like walk around the puzzle. And so I don't know if that's actually going to like be any kind of issue in this whatsoever. And I guess like the 1v1 mode, like if you're facing your opponent, it's like I think running back and forth and stuff would be kind of crazy. I do love how and this isn't, I'm not making fun of the game. I think it's just really funny the way they wrote this. For the first time in Puzzle Bobble history, Bubble puzzles now take a 3-dimensional form to create new brain-teasing challenges. I was like, you've got to really, really, really be an awesome PR person to be able to be like, for the first time ever, the puzzles are now in 3D. I'm like, okay, but but I mean, again, yeah, good. Like I'm right there with you, man. Good on Servios for bringing this over to PSVR.
When I saw this on Quest, I was definitely, I'll be honest, like I was a little jealous. I was like, man, I know I'm the guy that hates puzzle games, but I kind of like the look of this and stuff. Wait, did they just post another one? Let's see.
Nick Mulo says AJ is definitely puzzle curious.
I'm puzzle curious. I do like more puzzles with like more free locomotion and stuff, but it looks charming, man. I love how cute it looks.
Yeah, no,
I like cute stuff too.
I was right there with you. You know, especially like when I see people that like I really look up to and like love their channels, like people like John Riggs, who's like such a retro gamer, but at the same time like is like, you know, really embraced VR. This is sort of like the marriage of those two things perfectly. And so I see him like raving about it and like being like, yes, this is what, you know, what I've wanted and blah blah blah. And I'm always like, oh man, like it's that kind of stuff that makes me like, oh, I'm missing out by not picking this up.
John Riggs actually, as you said that, he just replied to me and said it's pretty neat.
No, perfect.
So him of all people, I'm sure he has played hundreds of hours of Puzzle Bobble. He's a retro master.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So this is nothing but good news. And also, you know, at the same time, Servios is one of those developers that has said, you know, that they're basically putting all their bets on PSVR 2, and so we know that they are like firmly like looking forward and like really concerned about like, you know, making higher budget, bigger VR games that really couldn't be done on mobile headsets. And it was almost like a month after they said that they announced this for Oculus, and so it's like, interesting, you know. It's like for me, this was one of those things where it was like, is this sort of like this weird stopgap thing so they can keep making money? You know, the same way that I'm viewing Larcenauts on Quest, you know, by Impulse Gear. Is this sort of like this thing where like, you know, it's not going to cost a ton of money for them to develop, but they're going to be able to make some money while they're developing their next big, huge PSVR 2 title, that kind of thing. And unlike Larcenauts, I'm actually really excited for this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, we know Walking Dead Onslaught did pretty well, and even Creed Rise to Glory was one of the top selling games of the entire year of 2019. So Servios is good on money. They are making money. They're probably making profit on what they do. They know what they're doing over there. They're a very, very experienced team. Some of the first to get into the VR scene. So they are savvy veterans, and they know what they're doing at all times. And I think they can do whatever they want, really, practically.
I mean, I hope so. I don't want this to kind of like devolve into a discussion on like what Servios has done right and what they've done wrong. But I do feel like for a little while there, their games were getting like after Raw Data.
They were just shallow.
Yeah, they were like arcade experiences, and I think there was somebody there going, how little can we get away with? And that sounds super negative, but I think they were like, hey, like we want to put out like 4 games a year, and in order to do that, you know, like we're gonna have to put out games that are really fun to play, like Battle Wake, but not something you're going to be playing for months and months and months. And I think, you know, as good as Creed was, dude, you said Creed sold really well. Yeah. Every single time we put out a top 25 list, I get just like a fucking litany of comments. People saying, where's Creed? Where's Creed? Where's Creed? Yeah. Creed's better than this game and this game and this game and this game and this game. And so people love Creed. And so like, you know, and so I think Servios is really good at what they do. But I wonder if the criticisms have gotten to them and if we're going to see something a little more you know, fleshed out for their next big release, like really interesting about it.
They've probably got some big plans in the future, but yeah, this is a nice little thing. Obviously, they said they're in tandem with Taito, celebrating the 35th anniversary of Bubs and Bob.
Bub and Bob. Hell yeah, man.
And yeah, it's
Bimmy and Jimmy.
it's nice. Like I said, it's kind of it looks like a game for all ages that they specifically said. So, you know, something that anybody can pick up and play. And I feel like that's something that Servios has been really good at is they appeal to the more casual audience in certain ways. Of course, they have games for the hardcore audience like Sprint Vector that I have the platinum in and absolutely love. But they know how to appeal to the general audience as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. They've got I feel like they've got their finger on the pulse of VR in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just looking through the comments here. A Dreamcastic channel mentioned something that we've talked about extensively over the last week. He says Jim Ryan recently said PSVR 2 will have experiences synonymous with PlayStation, assuming that means iconic PS franchises are coming to it. 100%, man. I even mentioned Infamous during that conversation. I think bringing back Infamous, Resistance, all those games are going to be really, really important for next gen.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, and I feel like there's got to be a reason why they've been kind of quiet on some of those for a while. Is like, you know, like when you do something like Killzone Shadowfall as a launch title for PS4, I'm sure it sold well out of the gate as a launch title, but you know, how well did it do after that? That game wasn't awesome by any stretch of the imagination. It's like VR is the time to bring Killzone back. It's been like 7 years since we've seen that game. So,
would be interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I almost have a feeling that it's more going to be more modern stuff. I mean, I think VR is a great way to bring old classics and IPs back. We've seen it happen before, but yeah, I think it's a great way to do it. But I again, like when you mentioned Uncharted and stuff in the past, I'm like, is Uncharted like has it run its course though? Like have they done all they can with that IP? Obviously not all that they can, but is that like, are they ready to move on? You know?
Well, I think it's when I love what Sony does. They very frequently, you know, they especially with Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog has a great history of this. They focus on their current IP pretty fucking hard, right, for like a whole generation, and then they pass it off to another team, and so another team puts out a Jack and Dexter, you know, 4, The Lost Frontier, whatever the hell it was, and then other teams put out Crash Bandicoot games, and you know, and so I'm curious to see will Naughty Dog continue working on, you know, if there is a VR game in the works, are they going to be one at the helm? My guess would be probably not. Like those guys are like masters of doing stuff on flat screen, you know, working on Last of Us and Uncharted games. And honestly, like I've said this before, and everyone in the chat will probably disagree with me, but I hated Uncharted 4. I thought it was so formulaic, and I'd seen it and played it all before. You go to a whole new map, you run around, and you know that the ultimate thing you're looking for isn't going to be there, and then you find a clue that sends you to another area that's like totally irrelevant, and like I just felt like I just knew what was happening long before it happened, and I was like, I was just bored, and I ended up stopping 15 hours in or 10 hours in or something, and I was like, you know what, I've played enough of this. And so, but if you gave me that exact same game in VR, right? And I'd be like, I don't care how formulaic it is.
Which one you said?
4. Because 1, 2, and 3, I loved.
Yeah.
I loved. I didn't actually play Lost Legacy, if that's what it was called.
Yeah. I wanted to play that.
But I played Golden Abyss on the Vita, and I loved that. And so I just kind of was like burnt out on Uncharted, and I was just done, man. I was just done. And so. But even if you gave me the exact same game that I didn't want to play, Uncharted 4, and it was in VR, dude, it would be like a whole different experience. Like, let me climb these surfaces. Let me be the one to, like, you know, in first person run and jump and do everything else. Slide down vines, do the whole thing. I mean, that would be amazing. And that's exactly, you know, what I think PSVR 2 is going to bring. They're going to be able to take all these things that we were sort of done with and make them new and exciting again. That was my bad. We just went down a whole fucking PSVR 2 rabbit hole when we were talking about Puzzle Bobble. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but actually, off course says, Brian and AJ, could you do a video that the three of you make with that say 20 or something PS1, PS2, and PS3 games that should be VR remastered? My friend, my very first list I've ever done on Parole was, in fact, PlayStation classics that need to be revived for VR, and I just posted you the link. You can go check it out. I am super proud of that list. It took me like forever because I had never made one before. But yeah, man, That's my PS Classics list that need to be revived in VR. Go check it out. It's great. Love it. I'm so proud of that. Okay, what time is the next one supposed to be? I guess
I think we got
11:50?
9. I think we got 9. Oh, is it?
Or
Is
is it
it?
5 minutes?
Wait, I thought it was every half hour.
Yes. So that would make it what? 12 is going to be the next one?
I think so. Yeah, I thought I thought it was on the hour. Yeah, but I haven't really been paying attention. And let's take.
I'm so excited. I'm just so caught up in everything that's going on.
Yeah, no, same. This is a great day, man. Like, I don't think PlayStation VR gets enough love, and I don't think that, and I don't see a lot of like hype, and the last time we had one of these days devoted to PlayStation VR, to VR Spotlight. That was the last time I saw a lot of excitement about PlayStation VR. And so when this was announced this morning, like I was like, yep, we're on it, man. Like I'm so excited because we need this, like, just like infuse like a shot of adrenaline into the PSVR 1.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people out there, I'd love to know in the comments, how many people out there for them, the PSVR 1 is their only headset. And like, this is like, or like the way you play most of your games. I'd love to actually hear from you guys because for me, that's how I play most of my games. And it's not my only headset, but it's really the only one I use on a regular basis. So days like this are like really, really important to me. So we're really glad you're here, along for the ride.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys all for being here, man. It's and like honestly, man, I'm really happy that Sony is still doing announcements and stuff. They know that their numbers are down and stuff right now, but that's not stopping them from releasing games and releasing new announcements, getting people excited and stuff. I love this because I can basically say I don't give a shit what anybody is saying out there, negative or whatever. It's like, look, like there's tons. Like I said, man, there's tons to be excited about. We have a new game info incoming very soon, and new game announcements. This Arashi came out of absolutely nowhere. This is like our swan song, kind of like the Ghost of Tsushima of VR. That was the final exclusive release for PSVR, and this is just awesome, man. This is like, I'm having such a good time. There's so much happening that people don't know about, but like this week I've gotten to play like No Man's Sky, like major updates and stuff. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes, a lot more stuff that goes deep dive into gaming goodness. That is what I care about, man. At the end of the day, I don't actually care about hype or anything. Like I just care about like when I'm when I'm done with my day, coming home and playing some and enjoying some good video games, man, and especially VR nowadays. And,
Hell yeah!
And I'm getting fed on that front.
I will be fed. Waiting for Do Not Open to hit on Halloween. Genetic Blast Me with a $5 tip says early stream requires extra coffee. I 100% agree.
Yes.
In fact, before the next announcement, I might have to pour myself another cup. Thank you so much for the donation, sir. We also have
2 cups of coffee and I've got an energy drink, Monster energy drink, sugar free, not a sponsor.
We've got about 20 minutes before AJ explodes. Belramio the Game Cat with the €5.49 says, when you're bored, can you talk about the Knight of Queen successor? Incredible that they made a successor. Yeah, I did.
Oh, is that actually made by them?
Yeah, it is.
No way.
Yeah, so we can, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to talk about that too. I was thinking this looks like a much more fleshed out version. Dude, I'm excited about that. Because believe it or not, I actually kind of liked Knight of Queen. I love turn-based games, and it's like, and this one looks a lot more polished. Oh god, okay, we've got 5 minutes, so we'll talk about that when we get some more downtime. That is dope. Thank you for posting that, man. That actually has me pretty excited.
Yeah,
it was like Knight of Queen is as basic as it was. It was like being inside of a Game Boy game.
Well, it's sort of one of those things where it's like, well, again, we're 5 years into PSVR, and like we don't have really very any at all traditional like JRPGs, and like yes, Knight of Queen is about as generic and about as simple as you could possibly get, right? I mean, it's as basic as like even it's almost more basic than in like an OG NES JRPG, and so. But I had fun with it. We both had fun with it. And I was like, why are we still playing this? It's so addictive. And so yeah, I'm interested to see what their sequel is all about. I'm actually going to go download that trailer right now, so we have it ready after the next.
We might almost have time to talk about it some more stuff. But yeah, man, it became a little too repetitive towards the end because it became nothing more than a color change, a color swap. But up until that point, like I was actually having lots of fun with it. And yeah, I was expecting to hate it.
So the sequel is called The Night of Nefiart, and I think right now there's only, if I'm correct, there's only a 34-second battle scene. So we'll see. You want to just show this now and just kind of kill some time here before our next announcement?
Hold on, do you have a link? Can you link it to me real quick?
Sure. 1 second.
Yeah, let's take a look at this before the next announcement. This was something that secretly came out today.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on a second. Let's just go to full screen for this. Why not? Since we're talking about it and everything, we'll just go to the full screen and do it over there.
You ready?
No.
We only got 3 minutes.
I know. It's not even a minute long.
33 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Nefiart. Done.
You get bonus. We're doing our own PSVR spotlight.
Yeah, right. So random. All right. On your mark, get set, go. All right.
So that was a battle scene demo movie. So that was not a trailer. That was just some gameplay of it. But as you can see, man, like it looks like Night of Queen, the same setup, but it's just much more evolved and stuff. And what makes this special, if you ever played a Game Boy, a turn-based RPG or anything on Game Boy, and you're looking at the screen, it's kind of like that, except you're in the Game Boy now, looking at everything in front of you. And that's what it felt like to me. It was super nostalgic.
Yeah, it's like I would never tell anybody, yeah, this is a fantastic game, or you should definitely pick this up. But wasn't it like $2 or something? I mean, it was super cheap. It was like wasn't it less than $5? I forget how much it was. And so yeah, I saw Bel Ramio tweeting about that this morning, saying please make sure you give us full locomotion that isn't like the like the stilted steps, and so that'd be a huge improvement. All right, we've got 2 minutes. I think the last one dropped a little bit early, so let's make sure we are ready to go on here.
Okay. Okay, we've got the next announcement incoming very, very soon. Whew, man. Good stuff so far. I hope we see some new trailers for some stuffs. Seven games. So we got 5 more to go. We were just kicking this off, man. This is great. 5 more to go.
5 more to go, and really, man, like if obviously that trailer that leaked a little bit early with the sizzle reel, like if all of those are the games we're going to see, which I'm seeming like it is, like I'm going to almost say that the next 5 games should have release dates, like actual firm release dates. You want
to hear some VRception? PSVR TV says, I am actually watching you guys on my Quest 2 headset. His name is PSVR TV. He's watching us through a Quest 2, and he's watching PSVR stuff. That guy is immersed as fuck. Let's put it that way. In VR.
You can't get more immersed than that guy. I like it.
Okay, 12 o'clock.
You seem to be getting the updates before I do still, so if you do see it, please link it to me.
Let's see here. Wins and leaves. Ooh, and it's got some news with it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna post it to you.
All right.
It's got some good news.
I like good news.
We'll play the trailer first, and then we'll talk about the headline of what it is. Right, got a release date for it.
Nice! I'm so excited.
I won't say what it is yet.
This has me excited.
It's coming.
This is certainly a game that I was very, very curious about. made by Trey Boucher, the people who made Prison Boss VR. I'm just kind of vamping a little bit. It's 129 meg, and for some reason my YouTube downloader's like, this might take a while, Brian. But at least it's downloading it because the last...
Oh, man, there's a lot of video clips in this one. There's the trailer. I don't know if this breaks down, but the vlog has like...
This is 4 minutes. This is a 4-minute trailer. Okay, well, geez.
4-minute trailer. Holy crap.
Yeah, the gameplay trailer is 4 minutes and 23 seconds. So smoke them if you got them, everybody. Here we go.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I if I actually turn off my camera for a second, will it do anything?
I mean, I don't know. It could freeze everything. I don't know, dude.
Okay. Well,
you know how I feel. Do whatever the fuck you want on camera. It doesn't matter to me. Let's go over to the full screen. Let me bring up the full screen trailer. And
4-minute trailer. Jeez. All right, strap in, guys.
Okay. Ready? On your mark. Get set. Go.
Hi, I'm Alexandre Perno-Lopez, co-founder at Trebuchet and creative director on Winds and Leaves, our upcoming game for PlayStation VR. Our team is very excited to share more details about the game, so let's dive right into it. In Winds and Leaves, you are the gardener, the last being of an ancient lineage. Stranded in a barren world with nothing but a few tools, you face the daunting task of bringing back the vegetation to protect the land from recurring cataclysms. As the gardener, your only means of survival in this desolated world is the power of the trees. Each forest you plant becomes a safe haven to serve as starting points for your exploration. Try walking too far from your trees, and you'll start to lose vitality. The roots will then slowly recall you to the nearest woods. To be able to explore further in the Barren, you need to take some energy with you, using one of the collectors spread around the world. As you venture into barren landscapes, your energy will start to drain. Use it wisely to reach new areas. But that will only get you farther from existing trees. To truly increase your range of exploration, you need to start planting trees and expand your forests. Planting trees is a ritual that has been mastered by the gardeners for generations. Start by grabbing your shovel to dig a hole in the ground. Then choose a fruit and drop it in.
State-of-the-art stilt locomotion.
Finally, use your time mill to speed up time and observe your tree grow in front of your eyes. To gather more fruits, which are the seeds you need to expand your forest, just climb up one of your now grown trees to pick some. Fill up your pouch before going into the barren for another planting expedition. As you explore, you'll discover ancient landmarks that need to be reforested to be awakened. Some will uncover new seeds to add to your collection, or trigger large structures that get you closer to your goal of protecting this world from the return of cataclysms. The world of Winds and Leaves features a variety of biomes, and each one of them with different ground conditions. The ancient seeds you collect can grow in some biomes, but to reforest the whole world, you will have to master the art of botanics and create new varieties from mixing different fruits together. These mixed trees will yield fruits holding the new properties. With the limited number of varieties you can keep with you in your pouch, you will need to observe the environment in order to plan your way forward. If you don't have the right fruits to fit the ground conditions, trees will eventually die and leave you without your vegetal lifeline. Some areas are affected by changing weather. For example, rain will shift the local conditions when passing above you. To make sure your trees make it, plant different varieties next to each other. The fully adapted variety will then support the trees affected by the weather conditions. As you progress further, you'll learn how to set an ancient plan in motion to end the cataclysms once and for all. You will slowly uncover ancient knowledge, giving you new abilities to traverse the world. That's it for today. We hope you're excited to discover the world of Winds and Leaves, as it will be coming to PSVR July 27th. Thanks for watching.
Boom! July 27th for Winds and Leaves. It's going to be a hot summer of planting trees. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited knowing it's coming next month. It's really what we're hoping for here. Jordan Cloud with the $5 tip says, I'm probably going to buy every single game announced regardless of genre. I'm always itching for more PSVR. Glad to watch these live with you guys. Thank you, Jordan. Glad to have you here with us. And I'm right there with you, man. Like, I do feel like even if it wasn't for Without Parole, I would still be in that whole launch mindset of, I just need to buy everything PSVR. Like, I've never stopped. That's never escaped me. At the beginning, it was like, I just need everything that they've got. And I thought that was going to wear off eventually. Get less excited about certain releases for sure. But
yeah.
All right, man.
So obviously this is more of a unique and like niche kind of thing. Like some people are going to be into this, some not. Personally, I think like I love like change of pace stuff like this where it's just like unique, it's different. And yeah, I'm interested. The world looks really cool. And you know, I think somebody brought up before, and they read my mind, where one of the mechanics of Falcon Age that I really liked was that as you solved the quest, like you're in this barren, brown, like just really basic looking place, and as you completed quests, the place changed and you got to see it grow and evolve. And that was something I really appreciated. So having a game out of that, I think that could make for a really potentially really cool experience.
Philip Rabchun just donated €229 and said, "Is it Farming Simulator VR but without machines?" I think it's a little bit of a different take on farming, right? I don't 100% know everything about this. There is a blog post that went up with this, right? Did we get a full description? Because I think we need to start there. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if my reading ability, my comprehension is back.
Yeah, let's take this one.
Let's see. This comes from Alexandre Pernod Lopez. I don't know if that's how you pronounce any of those three names. He's the co-founder and creative director at Trebuchet. He's probably French. I should have thrown some French on there. He said, "Hi, my name here for Trebuchet. Our whole team is very excited today to show you more of Winds and Leaves' unique gameplay built specifically for PlayStation VR. Winds and Leaves will launch
exclusive as well.
Yes. Winds and Leaves will launch July 27th, and while you wait to discover the world of the gardener yourself, let's dive in and share some details with you. You're surrounded by flower beds as you wander out of the verdant valley where you were brought back to life. You pause for a brief moment and gaze upon the barren and dusty hills in front of you. Will you be able to restore life in this world and stop the upcoming cataclysm? Only time will tell as you make your forest grow one tree at a time. As the gardener, you'll share a special bond with the trees. You need their life-giving energy to roam the land as much as they need you to thrive in the diverse environments of each region. Each forest you plant becomes a safe haven to serve as a starting point for your exploration. At the edges of the world lie the outposts, tall ancient structures built by the ancient gardeners. Find your way towards them as you earn new fruits, allowing you to match different soils on the road. Interesting. I'm going to have to look back at this in more detail. Awakening the outpost will uncover ancient knowledge resulting in new abilities. I like that. As you explore, you'll stumble across new biomes with ground conditions for which no exact species in your fruit pouch will fit. Take a moment to analyze your options. If 2 or 3 different fruits put together would match the surrounding environments, you have the power to combine them and create a new variety. Move down to weather and forests. In your journey, you will encounter changing weather conditions in some of the regions. A relatively dry hill can be traversed by a raining cloud. And the trees on that hill will suffer from a level of humidity that is above their desired nature. This is really getting into the weeds, literally. Similar to the gardener's bond with the forest as a whole, trees themselves support each other. If a tree has less is less adapted to the current condition, a well-adapted one growing nearby will help it survive. You can have a glimpse of the friendly bond between trees if you walk around the forest during nighttime.
Yeah, and they've got a little video clip here that shows like mixing trees and stuff, and at nighttime, and it's raining, and it looks really pretty. It's like blue and windy, and it makes all the grass and everything look blue. It looks cool.
Yeah. Some of the effects were. Look, I mean, compared to like the original teaser trailer, looks
really open. It looks like almost open world. Did they
Yeah.
say open world? Because it looks huge.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean that is definitely the feeling I'm getting here. Let's see. At the heart of the steppe, you will often traverse the central hub, the garden. At its center lies the Penomona. Oh, man, I don't know what's wrong with me today. The key to the steppe's survival. Each time you awaken a new arc, a corresponding tree will grow in the garden in the Penemona's
Phenomena.
phenomena. Phenomena. Vegetation will progress. The life-giving nature of the garden will make any tree species thrive in its soil. You can use this peaceful patch of land as your own private garden. Planting any tree there will yield you a constant supply of its kind of fruit. We're almost done. In the garden, it's really, really detailed. It's like I feel like we're in a tutorial right now, and I'm not ready for the tutorial quite yet. In the garden, you will also notice the herbariums, wooden gates highlighting the entrance to each of the steppes regions. The herbariums are bound by the vegetal signature of their corresponding region. You'll be able to see what climate conditions you'll encounter in your travels, as well as track your progress in each one of them. We hope you're as excited as we are to discover the worlds of Winds and Leaves when it comes out this summer. Until then, why not take the time to plant a few seeds on your balcony as you wait to incarnate the gardener on July 27th.
July 27th. I'm excited for this game for a different reason. I'm not excited like, ooh, action, explosions, everything. I'm excited to like chill the hell out in this game, in this world, and just do all the stuff, and could be really interesting.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes, man. 4 minutes like showed off a lot of stuff. That PlayStation blog explained a lot of stuff, and it's really I just think you just got to get in there and just take it piece by piece. You know me, I get overwhelmed easily. No Man's Sky is like super daunting. This might be like a nice little slice to work with. That might be easier, but it still seems like there's a lot going on here. Like I don't even know what they're showing right now, but they're showing, you know, planting grass and the grass is growing. But one of the things they didn't talk about in that blog post was the initial thing that kind of attracted me about this game, and that was like its unique locomotion system, right? Like you have these stilts, you pick up the stilts and you can extend them or shrink them down, and then you just kind of like walk like this with your stilts, and then if you extend them, then you can like obviously run much faster, and then that allows you to like kind of like get close to the ground and get close to the treetops too, like if there's like vegetation and stuff you need to reach. So that alone is exciting to me, and then everything else on top of it is just like, I don't know, man. There's a lot going on here. They're also showing
there's a lot of mechanics, but I have a feeling people that like games like Flower and stuff might really like this, which was a pretty popular game. And you plant. I know as you plant the trees, it like spreads the grass out too. And I like the mechanic of if you get too far away from them, like how you take damage or how you start to die. And it's got like the roots or something that are like growing around your head or whatever. That's cool looking.
Yeah.
And did I hear him say in the video that there's like a variety of different biomes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a big thing for me personally. Is like stuff when games have variety and change of scenery and stuff, keep it looking fresh, keep it looking new things to discover. That's what's gonna make this go a long way for me. But yeah, it looks really pretty, and like I said, some of it looks huge, like really open world. You can see like canyons and stuff in the distance all the way out into the sun setting in the background. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and some of those graphical effects were very cool, right? It's I think it was Offcore that said that said like kind of the look of the world puts them off. Maybe it was the colors or something. And I'm not I'm not against you on that. I think like the sort of almost watercolor look for me was like, okay, well, this doesn't look terribly exciting, but seeing all the different things that's happening in this trailer with the time of day changes, with the rain effects, with just watching, being able to just sit there and like watch the grass grow like right in front of you, see the trees grow in front of you. Like I feel like there's a lot going on in this game engine that I think in VR is going to actually be somewhat impressive, or at least interesting to look at. I think it's cool.
This stuff is beautiful in VR. Everyone that watched my stream yesterday of No Man's Sky watched me just sit there and watch a sunset. And we all there was this awesome moment of just all of us just hanging out and just sitting there. You know, you don't always have to be doing something in VR. Sometimes you can just see something that looks like blissful, and sunset, stuff like that is always really nice. And yeah, like I said, it's got heart. It's got a lot of pretty stuff going on, and I'll be interested to see. I'm excited about the climbing and stuff too, like being able to climb trees and stuff. That sounds like good stuff to me.
Yeah, see a lot of people in the chat, a lot of mixed opinions on this one too. So some people saying that this is something that they're probably going to give a pass on. Some people say that this looks like their kind of jam.
Yeah, it's very, like I said, that's what happens when it's something kind of niche, something kind of specific and tailored to a certain kind of experience. And but for me, you know, a good game is a good game, and hopefully it's good.
Yeah, it's a huge risk to make a niche game on a niche platform that's only going to attract a certain number of people. Like, you know, I get like when you try to make a game like Pistol Whip, you're like, this is going to attract 90% of the audience on this platform. You know, it's just like get in there and have fun. This I feel like is going to attract like 20% of the audience at best. So it's a huge risk, and for me, when a developer like Trebuchet decides to say, hey, you know what, this is something that we believe in, and like whether the whole audience comes along for the ride or not, then it means something. You know, to me, it says that they believe in their game and that they believe in the product that they're making. That it's not just they're not just out to make a buck. This looks deep, man. This looks really deep. Now, I actually couldn't hear the voiceovers during the trailer just because of the way my setup is. Is there a survival element here? As far as like, I
don't think so. I think it's more just about growing stuff and spreading it out and going it as far as possible. I didn't see. I'll skim through again, but there's mechanics. It's more about the steps survival than it is your survival.
Gotcha. And definitely one thing I want to point out here, what we just saw here in the trailer, dude takes out the backpack and it kind of like, you know, unfolds, and he's got all of the stuff he needs. And to me, that's just like the Saints and Sinners solution to inventory, you know, that works perfectly. You know, it's one thing to be able to, like, you know, No Man's Sky, you bring up, you got a point, you look at your wrist, you point to a thing, and it brings up a menu, right? There's your inventory. But to actually just like pull something off your back and be like, and just hold it up in front of you, grab the thing you need and throw it back, that feels way more VR to me. And I love whenever a developer takes the time and thinks about things like this, to be like, hey, how can we implement this in VR and do it in the most immersive way possible? You know, right down to the locomotion system, where it's not just a button, you're using the stilts. Everything about this seems like it was designed for VR, and you know, they're saying PSVR specifically. Yeah. So
well, that's the shift in philosophy that I love seeing from Sony's side, in that they've realized over the years that, you know, people don't want to sit there. I know she's been sitting there cleaning herself forever. The philosophy I've seen change recently has been awesome, which is they're starting to, the newer games are showing off. They're no longer mostly experiences where you maybe sit there in place with the move controllers and just kind of, you know, lightly interact with things. Now they're getting more into like full locomotion, into actually having tons of interactive stuff to do while you're in that, and yeah, less dual shock 4. Like, I don't think a single Have any of these had DualShock support? I don't think so. Not one looks like a DualShock 4 game. So it feels like to me Sony's starting to get it. And yeah, of course we have the VR scene to thank for that. I mean, it's all been one big VR movement together, figuring things out. You know, on one side you've got the people that have the games, and then on the other side you have the people that know what the best way for VR to be immersive and stuff and interactive. And it's nice to see it just evolving. This has been a really exciting first gen.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like when we actually get PSVR 2, I'll be like, okay, we're ready for this. Like we've seen the experiments happen. We've seen different developers, find their way through the dark, right? There's been no set path. There hasn't been 40 years of video games for them to follow. Like, as soon as you dive into VR, and especially with the Move controllers, right? It's like you got to give like extra special props to people who develop on PSVR, because there's not when you're dealing with things like no analog sticks, and you have to like come up with a new locomotion system for your game, especially near the beginning when there wasn't like a set path for everything. You just have to be like, wow, you guys really jumped in feet first and experimented and tried to figure out new solutions to problems that were solved decades ago on the flat screen. This is, and I think this game is sort of evidence of that. Star of the show for sure, man.
Yep,
she's great.
Richard Baki says this feels like a happy version of Separation.
Suddenly, I'm not interested. I don't want to be happy in games. I want to be depressed. I want there to be a twist ending in this where a cataclysm comes through and an ice age freezes and destroys all the work you put in over the last 200 hours. This seems like a game. I'm just fucking spitballing here, but like this does seem like a game that if designed properly, could have like an endless mode, right? This was one of our complaints about things like Dino Frontier, where you're like, oh, all the mechanics are just like awesome and seamless and they work great together, and I want to keep doing this. And then like, and even after credits roll, let me continue doing this for hours, even if there's no like real end game at that point. It's just like, I just want to build the biggest Dino Frontier that I can, and the game never let us do that. This looks like a game that is designed in a way where it's like, yeah, man, like just go to town, and if you want to spend 100 hours building these forests, go to it.
Nihilus Rye, the game feline, says a great musical score would help with this one too. So there's an interesting thing about this game where they said that it actually has a dynamic soundtrack to what you do in the game. Kind of changes the music. So that'll be that's if should sound good for you for what you're looking for, making sure it has good music. Yeah, that'll be just a cool little side thing that can enhance the experience potentially.
Yeah,
music is such a big deal to me.
Yeah. Oh man, like dude, I mean, even something as simple as like Gadgeteer, right, where it's you're playing that game and there's just like this nice guitar track, and like as you progress through the levels, the guitar track evolves, and as much as maybe after spending a couple hours with that game, you're gonna want to just be like, okay, I want to listen to whatever music I want to listen to while I kind of casually solve these puzzles. If you decide to stick with the soundtrack, it's just so peaceful, right? And it kind of sets a tone for the game. And so many games do that so well that sometimes you don't even notice. I remember Des used to say that soundtracks, when done well, like you don't even notice that they're there, which I agree with most of the time. If like the ambient background noise, well, yeah.
Trey Boucher is in the chat. Congratulations on your release date, guys. Can't wait to check it out, man. We're excited to, and thank you for being a part of this presentation. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, if you want to drop any more details about Winds and Leaves that maybe wasn't totally clear in this trailer, by all means, like I would love to be able to talk a little bit more about Winds and Leaves with some sort. We're doing a lot of speculation here. Like if you guys know how many hours you can sink into this game before rolling credits, is there a post credit end game? Is there can you die? Like or is it just tell us more, man? Like if you feel like it. If not, we'll just keep speculating. That's what we do.
Thank you. So many developers in the chat, and thank you guys for all being here. We're celebrating this PSVR Spotlight Day I had a feeling this was going to be an interesting summer. I mean, it had been so quiet on releases for the last couple months. Gotten a couple good titles, but and that's typically been the case every single year. There's been big dry spells, right? For big games and stuff. But the difference is this one is a little bit different because we're in like a transitional period right now, slowly going to PS5, slowly going to be in the future, going to be getting into PSVR 2 a lot more. And so like there's that, maybe that anxiety or something that has been building up, or the antsiness for big stuff. So it is nice, man. Let's see.
Are you able to kind of take control while I do a coffee refill for a few minutes here? For like a minute? I'm only going to walk away for a minute before the next reveal happens.
Coffee refill. I'm just going to see what's going on in the chat here. How's everybody's day going, man? You guys excited about the PSVR Spotlight? I am excited about the PSVR Spotlight. We've still got, that is only that is 3 out of 7, guys. We still have 4 games. We 4 games to go. That is redonkulous. But I love this, man. I love this surprise, and there's been a lot of stuff going on today. It's excellent. Good stuff. Okay, so Travis says you can't die. You are bound to the world you've been tasked with nurturing back to life, without spoiling anything. Yes, that's right, GC. I'm the captain now. Bring on the Dargans. Release the Dargans. Virtual strangers in the house tonight. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Wes, Mr. Musicali, condolences to your cat. But 19, that is a hell of a long time. Good for you, whatever you're feeding it. Let's see here. Off course says, let's chat, AJ. How you doing? I am great, man. I have had a wonderful week. I have had 2 days of riding flying creatures in VR, and man, I got to tell you, it is a good feeling. It is a very, very good feeling. It's like I said, man. This might not have been, well, it is now a flashy, exciting week, but you know, sometimes this week seemed like there maybe wasn't a lot going on, but man, I was sure having a blast checking out all this stuff. The No Man's Sky. I played more No Man's Sky last night, and it was fantastic. Okay, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and I see Brian is back.
I'm assuming you already read Trebuchet's response to my question?
About dying?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you for the additional info. We definitely appreciate that. 2 minutes, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I kind of want to look back at the sizzle reel just to see what the next announcement might be. I have no idea if this has been going in order or not, but thank you everybody again for being here. This is always this is always way more fun to do with you guys. I could have thrown together a quick breaking news report, which I probably will for anyone who doesn't want to sit through a 2-3 hour video.
I was really hoping for 15-minute intervals.
Yeah. But you know, this is fun. I like hanging out with everybody.
All right, 1 minute to go. It's about to drop. Yeah, Nick Mulo mentioning the fish that makes a cloud. Dude, I saw some crazy stuff in No Man's Sky last night. I guess I was playing with PC gamers, and they had mods on, and there was like literally a giant. I don't know if you saw my post in the Discord. Make sure everybody joins our Discord, man, if you need people to play with. Our conversation is 24/7 about PSVR, and there's other channels too. There's other VR headsets, there's flat screen, there's music, arts, movies, everything in our Discord. Wonderful community. As you can see, everybody is here right now having fun. After the Fall is supposed to be next, so that will be interesting. I wonder if we're going to get a release date.
Dude, at this point, so first of all, I hope there's a new gameplay trailer, because I think...
Here we go.
Oh.
After the Fall, detailing the PSVR co-op shooters, world, enemies, and combat.
How are you getting this before me? I'm so irritated.
Magical powers. The best part is I'm getting it from a method that you taught me.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and get that going. We'll watch the trailer together. It's just a closer look at the combat and enemies. Looking pretty cool though. Still more of a looks like a little bit more of a drip feed, but we'll take a look and see.
To put in my birthday. What is this about? Hold on a second. We get this from YouTube. 2 minutes and 43 seconds. So this is a decent length reveal as well. Let me download this real quick so we can. Are you kidding me right now? My YouTube downloader.
What?
My YouTube downloader is just not real happy with me, for whatever reason. No idea why.
There's still there's still some stuff about No Man's Sky I could go into, man. So much fun. We gotta talk about that some more. Let's see. Trebuchet, thank you guys for dropping in, man. Congrats again on your release date. We'll see you there, July 27th. July 27th. I got it right. We will see you there, and be checking it out.
Yeah, I have no. This is really strange, man. I've never had a problem with this YouTube downloader before, and now it's like every single thing is a problem. But that's how things work. Welcome to Without Parole. So I just have to do this manually, I guess. This will be interesting.
After the Fall looks pretty cool, man. I can't wait to see this trailer. Downloading. Here we go. Excellent. Now we can do this properly. We go over to the full screen. Let's bring up over here. It downloads. After the Fall. Are you ready? Hold on. Okay. I am. Whoa. Oh, I gotta put in my date, my birthday or something.
Yeah, I had to do that too. It's crazy how many people are born 1-1-1-1-1-1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was born in 1938. All right, ready?
Right. Yeah, on your mark. Get Dez. Go.
Go.
So 20 years after the apocalypse, you're stuck in a frozen shell of what used to be Los Angeles. And in this LA, there is going to be a lot of enemies called the Snowbreed. So the origin of the Snowbreed is that during the 80s, there was a substance that we used to survive the apocalypse, but at the same time, it's also what caused the Snowbreed.
So the difference between After the Fall and other VR zombie shooters is that you can play it together with your friends, so it's all focused on 4-player co-op. It's crucial for any team member to work together by healing each other, sharing ammo, sharing weapons. This way, you can only survive in the world of After the Fall.
So what makes the Snowbreed different from the usual zombies that you see is that they have this wolf pack mentality. They're more ferocious, they're more predatory, and you really need other players to just take them out.
We try to make a distinction between Snowbreed that have been out in the wild for many, many years. We also have some special Snowbreed, which are Snowbreed that have mutated into completely different creatures.
The systems we provide also allow for advanced weapon handling, where a VR veteran could really dive into our systems and really enjoy the gun handling and feel that real immersed gunplay experience.
The game in VR is just another level of immersion that you can't have on a traditional screen. For example, we have a creature, the jog that slowly walks at you heavily, like armored, and it will sort of pick you up by the neck and moves you up in the air. And this sensation that you can only get in VR, it's not possible on a traditional screen.
We want you to continuously play with your friends and go in over and over to just kick ass with your friends and fight really cool enemies.
PlayStation
All right.
Is it me, or did that look a lot better than what we had seen in the past on it?
Well, did you see that the trailer kicked off with the note footage captured on PC VR?
Oh, okay.
So that's the thing is, I'd love to know what we've seen previously. Did we see Quest footage previously? Did we see PSVR footage previously? Like, and I
I
really
appreciate their transparency on that.
Yes.
That is very vital.
Yeah, 100%. But again, I don't like when PSVR gets the short end of the stick and we get like the Quest version just kind of ported over. Like that's
right. But this is Vertigo Games, and you'd have to imagine they'll push it as far as it can go with like, even with Arizona Sunshine, it at the time was pretty much pushing the hardware. But I understand what you mean. We don't know which version we're going to get, but I'd have to imagine it's going to be optimized for PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we have a Pro patch. I hope we have a PS5 patch. Because I mean, it would be really, really nice if this game on PS5 looked similar to what we're seeing here in this trailer. Because I do think this looks pretty nice. This is in my book, a significant step up from Arizona Sunshine. They've probably learned a lot about VR development over the last 4 or 5 years. So very curious what we get visually. However, as far as gameplay goes, this looks great. This looks like everything I want. I saw somebody in the comments say, "Oh, RG says I'm so over zombies though." I am not over zombies.
I'm not.
When it comes to zombie games,
Nope.
like we haven't gotten really that many good ones, especially in
Right.
VR. Like we've certainly gotten plenty of like mediocre ones, and on flat screen you definitely get a lot more of them. But this is, this looks like a solid one. And one of the things that stood out to me was the first time they showed a horde of zombies, and there was like easily 20 plus on the screen at once, and that's gonna be intimidating, man. To be able to have to take all those guys down, especially if you're playing in single player. I'm sure it's a little less intimidating when you play with 3 other people. AJ, how are you gonna play this one first? Are you gonna go through single player, or are you gonna squad up with 3 other people and blast through the campaign multiplayer?
Brian, I'm going to be playing this with you, Dave Station, and I don't know, Niculo or somebody. No, I don't know, man. I mean, a game like this to me is, I've said it before, this is probably best experience with 4 friends or 3 other friends, and I feel like that's the best way to experience it, even though we both know we're both single-player experience guys through and through. A game like this is just too similar to like Left 4 Dead, and I want to try to have that Left 4 Dead experience again. And I love co-op. I may be more of a single player person, but I absolutely love co-op.
To me, there's stuff about this that says there are going to be horror moments in this game. That we've seen in other teasers and stuff. We've seen like the creatures that are climbing on the ceiling and stuff. And I feel like the first time you walk down a hallway and one of those comes around the corner on the ceiling, I'm gonna freak out. But I feel like that will be lost on me in multiplayer. I do think that if I'm playing it by myself or on stream, whatever, single player, I'm going to feel that. And so I feel like I kind of want to run through the campaign myself first, and then be like, okay, now let's just fucking blow this thing out of the water. Let's have some fun. Let's get some friends in, and let's all just storm After the Fall together. But that's, I don't know. Maybe if the horror element isn't as big as I think it is, then you can just ignore everything I just said, and we'll blast through it together. But there's a pretty extensive PlayStation blog post about this, right?
Yeah, and I was just rewatching some of the gameplay and stuff. Yeah, and it's looking pretty good. I know this is PC footage, but like I said, if they get close to this, PS4 should be able to handle close to it. And that's gonna be awesome. You want me to take this one?
Please do. Yeah. After reading Winds and Leaves, I was like, maybe I'm not caught up for this. Yeah.
This comes from Tam2 Bowie he's the community manager at Vertigo Games. He says, "Hi everyone. I'm Tam2 on the Vertigo Games community team, and I'm here to tell you about the immersive thrill ride that awaits you in our 4-player co-op action first-person shooter, After the Fall, which is coming to PSVR with full cross-platform multiplayer support. So all my friends over there on PC and Quest, we can play with you as well. Today, we're sharing details on a variety of elements of After the Fall, including the game world, its enemies, and the combat options available to you in order to deal with them in a new video. After the Fall is an immersive thrill ride with fast-paced 4-player co-op action in a 1980s-inspired post-apocalyptic Los Angeles. Can we stop right there for one second?
Absolutely.
I love the setting of this game. The 80s have so much style and charm and stuff like that, and I've been begging for a zombie game that takes place in a city. I love a city environment. So all the hybrid of this, all these elements, 80s style, post-apocalyptic Los Angeles. I love the freaking setting of this game.
Yeah, I always like when there's some sort of apocalypse that like sort of sets the world in a specific time, like freezes the world in that time period forever. Like the Fallout series has always worked for me because it's like 50s. It's hundreds of years in the future, but everything is frozen in the 50s because that's when the bombs dropped, right? And this is taking it a couple decades further. I like that you say the style because, man, living through the 80s, I was like, I never want to see that style come back ever again. but maybe the 80s finally got what it deserved in this.
I love 80s and 90s for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
All right. This is not your typical sunny LA, though. In After the Fall, all of hell has frozen over and LA has been left in an ice-covered ruins. Set nearly 20 years after the apocalypse, the city is overrun with ferocious, once human creatures called the Snowbreed, so they're going to be called the Snowbreed, that have driven humanity below ground, where they continue a raging fight for survival. You, the player, are a harvest runner, one of the few who are courageous enough to venture out into the cold. With your squad of fellow runners, you'll jump into a containment sites that are filled to the brim with Snowbreed. People in various settlements in LA rely on you to enter these monster-infested zones in order to bring the resources required to keep the lights on back at the line. In return, you are rewarded with bigger and better guns to go back in for this satisfying loop of taking out Snowbreed. It's not an easy job, and only harvest runners can tackle the different dangers of these Snowbreed embody. So it details some of the game loop right there. What do you think about that?
I like that, man. I like that. It's to me, this shows me that Vertigo Games learned something about gameplay since Arizona Sunshine, because Arizona Sunshine was very much like hey, here's the path from the beginning of the level to the end of the level, and just continue along the path until you reach the end of the game. In this, to me, feels like they learned something about gameplay loops that Arizona Sunshine didn't have. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't mind the game design of Arizona Sunshine. I just like the characters and stuff. Like, it was a little broken apart too. But I do like I love the loop of this. This is important for the kind of way that it's structured, right? Game structure is important to me, and I like I like the idea of going out, doing stuff, and then coming back, getting rewards, getting better loot, getting better things, and then going back out again. All right, so continuing, there is a special kind of Snowbreed. It says, as you might know from my blog post for the previous PSVR Spotlight last March, there are several ferocious Snowbreed who are looking to feast on you. Now I'd like to give you a closer look at some of the more mutated types you'll face in the frozen apocalyptic wasteland as you get prepared for battle. And it's got different pictures of these. I don't know if you can be quick enough to throw these up. But
no, never happened before.
But it says the Eater is an enormous revolting Snowbreed type that will annihilate everything in its path if it explodes. Your best chance against this terrifying creature is to keep your distance and have precise aim when he's getting too close. And I don't know, would this even work if I pasted these to you?
No, I have access to the pictures.
Okay.
So unless you want to give me 3 minutes for each one to I feel like we're going to be a little outdated by the time that rolls around.
Yeah. Maybe you could just throw them up as we go through. I don't know. But anyways, the Juggernaut is different from the regular snow breed. It's hulking. This hulking slab of undead muscle has only one goal: to grab and pummel you into dust. Getting hit by him is a one-hit KO. So listen to your team and keep an eye out for him. It's a high priority target on your list. This is really interesting, because this is what I'm talking about when I say I loved Left 4 Dead. There was like the lickers and the witches and all these things, and call-outs were super important. This is why kind of the best experience like this could be with co-op, because you and your friends will be freaking out, and you'll be taking out the regular snow breed, but then doing call-outs for these special ones that come. You got one that is a blob that explodes, and you don't want to blow them up too close to you. Now you've got this Juggernaut that looks like The Rock in zombie form, wearing a military outfit, and he's like shredded. And it's a one-hit KO. That is crazy. I love the sound of that. Finally, there is the Smasher. It says the Smasher is large and highly aggressive. When these guys show up, you'd better steer clear and really work together to take them out. As you progress, you'll encounter more versions of the Smasher, but that's all I can say for now. So there'll be more versions of the Smasher. And that's the one that you've seen, I think, in the trailer. That does look huge. The picture here, he looks cool. The art design is fantastic, by the way.
Do you think the green stuff on his arm is his weak point? I feel like we've never quite evolved from House of the Dead, where there's like a big flashing red thing, where it's like this is your weak spot right here. Like, just so you know, before you even fight the dude, here it is right here. Which is fine, It's like, especially when you're running around and like where the weak spot is. It's like that's fine, especially when you're playing 4 players and you've got to. If there's a guy that's killing you with a one hit, that'll kill you with one hit. Then you've got to work with your friends and do it. I mean, I don't know, man. Like this sounds like so much fun.
This does sound like so much fun, man. But there's more. Nice job.
Wait, there's more. Oh, thank you. I really just hope I get a raise this year.
Says, now that you know more about the monsters that will be awaiting you, the next question on your mind is surely. What's the next question on your mind, Brian? How will we help you take them out? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I was like, give me a fucking release date. Like when is it coming? Summer's not enough. Anyway, yeah. How will we take them out? Talk to me about weapons.
All right. In After the Fall, it is all about knowing your enemies and working together with your team in order to survive. Your next best friend is your large arsenal of weapons. Yes. This consists of a variety of handguns, shotguns, rifles, and more. And as you get more experienced as a runner, higher quality variations will become available to you. We did see in I think the last video or the last blog post. No, it was actually a screenshot that I found. It did have like a picture of a nail bat, but then there was like a electricity add-on you could do for it. It is up to you to use these weapons wisely. Only one thing is certain: whether you rush to the front lines with your custom handgun ready or stay back with your hunting rifle and explosives, do not run out of ammo. You'll get to craft weapons while engaging in the game's high-paced combat using real-life movements. Customizing weapons and gear requires resources and floppy disk blueprints found throughout the city, so you'll have to scavenge the remains of civilization in order to stay ahead of your enemies. We've only shown you, this is the final paragraph, and closing, we've only shown you the tip of the iceberg, and there will be more information on After the Fall in the near future. For the time being, put your squad together and stay frosty. Tam2 out. Hell yeah, Tam2, let's get it.
It's weird. These guys, most game developers are like, we're going to take you into a desert level and a Green Hill Zone level and a winter level and this level and that level and a volcano level. And Vertigo is just like, no. Our entire first game is going to be desert. Our entire second game is going to be the ice world. I'm wondering if their third game will be like Giant World or like. I mean, like, let's just, I don't know, Green Hill Zone sounds nice. I don't know. Zach Lightning says, wow, is this 2017 again? PSVR is hot as fuck. I 100% agree, man. Like, this is, this is exciting.
Exciting as shit, man. I mean, we said, we know we were waiting, but man, yeah, once you start to see everything start to come together, you're like, yeah, shit's really exciting right now, and we're on the verge of going into next gen. So like, holy crap, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We at least we know that the rest of this year is pretty stacked, and that there's plenty of stuff for us to play. If you're not quite ready to upgrade to, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. There's nothing to upgrade to. I was like, if you're not quite ready to upgrade to PSVR 2, I was like, none of us are. We can't even pre-order it. But yeah, no, it's just nice knowing that there's a lot of good stuff coming and games to be excited about. It'd be one thing if it was just like, oh, here's a bunch of games and they're all like mobile ports and stuff that we don't care about. But then there's a good variety of stuff coming. There's multiplayer stuff, there's single player stuff, there's aim stuff, move stuff, DualShock stuff. I mean, it's good. It's like it does seem like there's something for everybody, and it's like our patience has kind of finally been rewarded. So
we know some extra info about this as well. Again, I don't think this is a DualShock game. It could have DualShock support, but I don't believe so. But we do know, I believe, that it is move controller and aim controller supported.
Yes. Now the question is, when you play,
this is what I prayed for today. These two, I want to use these guys more.
When we played Arizona Sunshine, everybody who was if you were doing a multiplayer game, you had to play with other people using the aim controller if you were playing with aim controller, and because it was just 2-player co-op.
Designed a little bit slightly different.
Yeah. So, you've got to figure that, like, now that the aim controller's been out forever, and like this game has been, started development much later than Arizona Sunshine, you've got to figure that you'll be able to mix and match, right? Like everybody playing will be able to just play with whatever controller they want. You'd hope. Otherwise, it's like, well, what the hell's going on here? I'm going to do a quick search for After the Fall and see if I can't verify DualShock 4
it being
support.
cross-platform. Oh, right. Yeah, find out about DualShock 4. I don't know about that. I don't think so. Was it Arizona Sunshine DualShock supported?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it was just moves and aims, which is fine by me. That's what VR is all about. That is the most immersive. Not a single DualShock game today. That is an interesting observation. But it's also going to be cross-platform, so I don't think we're going to have the same issue of trying to match controllers stuff, because if that was the case, then it wouldn't be cross-platform.
Yeah, nothing about DualShock 4 support for After the Fall. And yeah, just to confirm on Arizona Sunshine, $12 right now on the Days of Play sale. No DualShock 4 support for that either. Interesting.
Cross-platform is excellent. I'm really glad they delayed this game and are getting it what looks to be in tip-top shape. That's going to be important. And yeah, I'm glad. Looks like a simultaneous release on all platforms, most likely. At least that's what it looks to be. But even though they don't have a release date yet, they did say that they were planning for like end of summer, I believe. But they're planning for it. There's nothing official yet. So this game is going to be, either looks like it to be like late summer, or maybe in the fall. After the fall, in the fall.
Yeah, I mean, they said summer, right? That was what they initially said.
Yeah.
I mean, not initially. This was supposed to be out late last year. And again, as long as it comes out good, we don't care how long it takes. But
minutes to the next game.
How many minutes? 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Ooh, that's exciting. What's the chat have to say about this? I can't imagine. And I can't imagine too many people saying many negative things about this. This is sort of like the scale of a game that we're looking for, the multiplayer, optional multiplayer. There's nothing worse than being like, hey, here's a multiplayer only game, and then they could just go, oh man, it's gonna live and die based on its multiplayer support. So this is sort of everything that I want, and that's why I've been calling it one of my most anticipated games for the rest of the year. I think yeah.
Very good.
No, I want to hear what Johnny Moles has to say.
Johnny Moles says, I'm so stoked that so many games are still coming out for PSVR 1. It'll be forever for me to get a PSVR 2 when it comes out. I understand that sentiment. Most people are excited about this one.
Yeah, I can't. Again, it's just this is everything that I want. So Braxton B says, but what if it isn't good? Well, then I'll let you know. It's like,
Yeah.
hopefully it is good. But I'm just gonna cross my fingers until we find out that it's not.
We've said before, I really hope that Arizona or Vertigo Games has really learned from their experience with Arizona Sunshine. And keep in mind, Arizona Sunshine, even though the PSVR port I think was a little rough around the edges, the PC version was not. And that was like, I know that was like some of my friends' like favorite games, especially like couples and stuff that I knew. They loved playing that together, and that was like their jam. And so, but yeah, it's I don't know.
Well, we have to. I guess we have to be fair, right? Like Arizona Sunshine launched before PSVR even did, and so like it came out in a time where everything was teleportation, and click turning. It was just like and so when it came to PSVR, they sort of shoehorned the teleport. They shoehorned in smooth turning and full locomotion, and then when the aim controller came out, they sort of shoehorned that in, and so like it was sort of like the base game wasn't really designed for all of this stuff as VR was evolving and people were saying, no, this is what we want. This is what we want. They were trying to fucking shove that into their game. And so being able to like build a new VR game from the ground up with everything they had learned, I think we're going to see how far Vertigo's come very quickly.
LC2552 beats says, hopefully it's not delayed until after the fall.
Right. That would be the headline on every single VR YouTube channel and website the second that announcement happens.
Off course is after the fall is exactly what PSVR needed. Let's see here. RG says, I like that it's not monetized. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Dabuski, we have 3 minutes left. Dabuski says, does the current talk about PS5, PS4 version of Gran Turismo spell no show for full-on VR content? No, that has no effect. I fully believe that, and this is just speculation, of course, so take this with a grain of salt, but in my opinion, I am diehard set on Gran Turismo 7 being a PSVR 2 either launch title. I believe it's going to be a launch title, but it could just be a PSVR 2 game if it's not ready by then. But no. That stuff, there's no reason. What it means is that it probably won't be a PSVR 1 title.
Exactly.
It's similar to like Resident Evil 8. I have the same feeling about Resident Evil 8 that something they want to bring next gen experiences to PS5. They don't want to bring last gen experiences to PS5. And that's going to be with PSVR 2. And I think Resident Evil 8, Gran Turismo 7, Half-Life Alyx, maybe some Boneworks, something in there. These are all going to be targeting PSVR 2 instead of PSVR 1. But as you can see, there's no complaints here in PSVR 1 land right now because holy shit, this is a crazy looking summer so far. And yeah, we still have how many games we got so far? That is one.
We had Arashi, we had Puzzle Bobble, we had
Arashi looks so good.
So good. After the Fall and Winds and Leaves. So we got 3 more games to go, right?
3 more games to go.
All right.
Oh man.
And with 1 minute to go.
1 minute. Yep. It's about to drop any second now. And we're going to get the next trailer, man. I can't thank you guys enough again for hanging out with us today. This has been so much fun, man. This is such a fun celebration. Miss you, Dave. Wish you were here with us, but we understand.
Has anyone poked Dave recently? Is he awake?
I don't know. Okay, 12:59. It is almost new trailer time. Please, what's it gonna be? We kind of already know what it's gonna be because of the leak, but I don't remember the order of what it was. So let's see. It's gonna be a surprise again for me. 12:59.
Yeah.
This is awesome, man. Big props to Sony for doing this, man. This is fucking badass. 1 o'clock.
Phenomena. Boop boo doo doo doo. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Yeah. Thanks. That's certainly what I wanted.
You are welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomena. It's phenomena.
I mean, and then they did the John Travolta thing when he did Phenomenon. He was on the Muppet Show and he was like, Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Yeah, we just lost like everybody.
It looks like it's going to be
seconds.
Ooh, is it going to be fracked? Is that what it's going to be?
God, I hope
That
so.
would be fracking awesome.
I mean, there's
Yes.
only one way to follow.
It is fracked.
There we go.
All right, it is fracked here. I'll post it to you right now. Let's go skiing and Die Hard. Please be a new trailer. There, gameplay reveal.
All right.
Ooh, official gameplay reveal.
Why am I typing in my birthday again? What is going on, Sony? All right, here we go. Let's download this trailer.
Let's go. Let me know when you're ready. Oh, it's another date of birth thing.
Yeah, totally.
Come on.
All right, and this one downloaded. Oh, thank goodness.
1865. Okay. I'm a vampire. I've been alive for centuries, and I am immortal. I'm the Highlander. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. First reveal of gameplay. You guys ready? Let's get it. Let me know when you're ready, Brian.
Yeah, it's still downloading. At least it's working this time, so it won't be nearly as long as the last wait. Let's see here. Full
Move
trailer.
controllers. Okay. This is okay, cool. There is more. Oh, okay, good. There's lots more in the blog post. I thought it was like really short, but no, there's lots to go over here. Sweet.
Nice. This is interesting because as you said, like I didn't even think of it. The last trailer was a teaser trailer, and this is actually a full gameplay reveal. So hopefully we get some long sequences here.
Yeah.
I got it all queued up and ready to go. Are you ready, AJ?
2 seconds.
You got to remember your birthday.
No. Okay. Let's. Ready?
On your mark.
3.
Get Des. Go. Oh shit.
Come in! Rosales here! New frequency, do you copy? Rosales!
I love it already. Ah, it looks so good. I love the look of this game.
That was close. I need to get out of here.
Let's go.
I just want to snuggle with this thing.
Love that cover system.
Yes, I was thinking that. Absolutely.
This bastard means business. Jeez, you nearly had me there.
Give me some skiing.
How much further is there?
Get the elevator to the top of the shaft. I'll rescue you up there.
Destroy the intruder! Looks like we got company. Whew. Thought I'd lost it there.
Let me see that sweet skiing goodness.
Ah, shit.
Get the hell out of there!
This sounds so dumb, man, but I'm scared of heights, and this is already like putting me on edge.
Oh yes, please jump. Please jump.
Right?
I like heights. Yes. Yes. Do it.
Oh,
Do it. Do it. Yes.
You got
now
it
hang with one arm and shoot with the other. Come on, come on, come on. Whoa!
Yes.
Rosales!
Let's go. Let's go. It's now or never!
You're gonna have to make a jump for it!
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yes. Oh, give it to me.
Wow, wow. That was...
Yes.
Whew. That was crazy. That was crazy, man. That was absolutely intense. That was basically, I mean, everything I wanted them to show other than a release date.
Oh, that was nice. Can we watch that again?
I'll throw it down in the corner of the screen here.
Guys, okay. What's chat's freaking out. Chat's loving this one. Active cover, Alice Ryan, Sacred Grove, Secret Sub says, wow, I'm liking this chair face. Everybody's freaking out. It says it looks good. And I could not agree more. Mm-hmm. This looks exactly. I was just like, please show me the skiing gameplay and please jump off this building. And it did both of those. That's the kind of shit I love in VR. And, you know, there was a lot of people wondering about, is it like Blood and Truth Locomotion? No. This is full Locomotion and stuff like that. Full Locomotion. They've already confirmed that and said it. That they want to, the intention of this game, yet another game, no DualShock, the intention of this game is to just cut it loose, man, and just go wild.
It's funny, Offcore says exactly what I was thinking of. He says it looks cel-shaded, like Borderlands. Not that we're allowed to say that. And that's the first impression I got. I was like, yeah, this does look cel-shaded, but man, it looks more beautiful than any cel-shaded game I've ever seen. Just like the whole, everything just looks like it's like got this realistic edge to it, but it's all looks like it's been painted with actual paint, and just like the way they combine those two things to make something that is essentially cel shaded look somewhat realistic. I'm like, this is a world that like I just can't wait to see more of. This is super exciting to me. Borderlands cel shaded. Super.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that cel shaded comic booky ink outline look to it.
Yeah.
Very little bit Borderlands looking. This game will also have a PS5 patch. This is one of the few that is actually confirmed that's going to have a day one PS5 patch as well. Oh, I don't know about day one, but I believe so. God, that looked good.
Yeah, and this cover system, like, you know, I think we kind of mentioned it in passing when we saw the teaser before. But this is the only other time we've really seen this done was, the first time we saw it introduced was Crisis on the Planet of the Apes, which was like a pretty cheap download. And not a great game by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a great cover system. There was like one mechanic in that entire game that made the entire thing feel worthwhile to check out. And this looks like a great game that also uses that awesome cover mechanic, the ability to just grab onto a surface with one hand and be able to like just pull yourself in and out of cover. Totally frees up your other hand to just shoot and play the way that this game is meant to be played. It really, again, just like the inventory system in Saints and Sinners or Trebuchet's new game, like it just like, let's make this as immersive as possible. Let's not hit triangle to go into cover, you know, or like hit circle to like pop in and out of cover, like to crouch or to stand up. Like, let's just allow the player to grab onto a surface and pull himself in and out of cover. Fucking beautiful. I love it.
Hell yeah, man. Love it. End Dreams in the chat. What is up, guys? Congratulations on your reveal. And yes, we are about to break down the PlayStation blog. Brian.
Hey.
Do you want to take this one?
I will. Let me head over to the PlayStation blog, and I will take it away here. Fracked, PSVR first-person adventure. Fracked hits the slopes this summer. This is written by Steve Watt, the creative director at End Dreams. He says, we're extremely excited to be able to finally share an extended gameplay reveal for our upcoming action-adventure title, Fracked. Grab your PlayStation Move controllers and watch the trailer below. Okay. I wasn't holding my Move controllers during the reveal. Like, did I? Maybe I didn't get. I know. I was. Like you're always holding something. Like,
I was prepared. I'm always prepared, man.
I don't know if I got the full impact of the trailer. Let me watch it again with Move controllers in hand. It says, in this reveal, we wanted to showcase what Frack does best: seamless, fast-paced action-adventure gameplay, which will be experienced on foot and whilst skiing and climbing. Fracked equips you with an interactive arsenal as well as special weapons, providing you with the tools to step into the shoes of an action hero. Allow me to personally walk you through some of the game's finer details as shown throughout the course of the trailer. Number 1, freedom of movement. Fract is not an on-rails experience. You're able to freely move with one-to-one accuracy throughout the level, whether that be on foot, whilst, I love the word whilst climbing on a zip line, or whilst hurtling down a mountain on your skis. The fluid action also provides you with cover shooter mechanics, giving you the freedom to intuitively grab environmental objects and use them to your advantage. On-foot movement is both instinctive and fast-paced. Aim your PlayStation Move controller in the direction you want to travel. There's absolutely no teleportation here. Interesting. So there's not even an option for teleportation. Interesting.
What's teleportation going to do to help you from jumping off a building onto a helicopter,
That's
landing
true.
and skiing?
That's true. You can't teleport your way through that. So what would be the point of teleporting your way through walking or running? Excellent point. Interactive and special weapons. Yes, there's a shotgun. This punch-packing firearm is just one of the special weapons that will help you take on the hive of interdimensional enemies infesting the mountainous fracking community. It's a lot of syllables there. You'll also have noticed the SMG, which requires you to grab a new magazine and cock the weapon to fire, just like our pistol. This immersive mechanic not only helps you feel the action, but also adds a new dimension to gunplay. You have to think on your feet to make every bullet count as you duck behind cover tactically. Next section is called Become a Hero. With Fract, we want to provide the ultimate power fantasy of embodying a movie action hero. Whilst a lot of this is like the 7th time they've used the word whilst. A lot of this is directly driven by the gameplay and interactions you undertake. We took the bold decision to provide you with a voiced protagonist, providing a role-playing experience where you can become the hero by stepping into the role. Not only that, sorry?
I'm sorry, I said I'm cool with that, yes.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I hope they don't overdo it, but that's, we'll see. We'll take it as we come. I don't want to criticize something that...
Something tells me you're not going to be sitting here talking to people for very long, though.
Right. Not only that, but as the ex-Special Forces hero in Fract, you won't be going it alone. You've got backup. Rosales will be your perfect foil, an eco-warrior with a colorful personality and witty charm. She's a companion you can count on when the bullets start flying. It's good. It's good. I can't wait to have a voice in my ear for the entire game. I see I'm getting negative, but I'm sure that these guys are going to handle it properly. The next is The Sky is the Limit. They show the dude climbing. With a lot of video game experiences, even in VR, you're stuck on a flat plane of existence. They're often stationary with little lateral movement in the 3D space. With Fract, we wanted to offer something more, a game that shows off the verticality of the virtual environment. These levels and world have been designed with this in mind, throwing you into the midst of imposing mountains, steep ski slopes, bottomless mine shafts, in the imposing corrugated steel behemoths of industry. Whilst on foot, you'll be running, climbing, and ziplining through each level, all in single, seamless, action-focused experience. We want to push VR to new heights. Pardon the pun.
Yes.
Pardon the sirens. Finishes off by saying, we're all Fract. The section you've seen is a very small part of the overall game. Everything you'll see throughout the course of your Fract mission can be visited with your experience set on and below a singular mountain in the Alaskan wilds. In this extended gameplay trailer, we've given you just a taste of what's to come, including a quick glimpse at the Blaster, a hulking brute you wouldn't want to meet down a dark alley. We can't wait to show you more Fract for you. Can't wait to show you more of Fract and for you to finally get your hands on this PSVR exclusive this summer. Please do let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to. Also, let us know in our comments what you're looking forward to. Did I miss the...
There was too many.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. Did I miss the hulking brute?
I feel like that was maybe that guy that was... he was getting kind of lit up. It was kind of trying to show the cover system a little bit, and it showed your character looked like he was taking damage on purpose a little bit just to demonstrate the hulking brute. But I think he's just a guy with a big gun.
Okay, guys with big guns.
Believe.
That works. Yep. I'm going to keep an eye on this trailer, and just in case I miss something. Real quick, Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat with the $5 tip says, keeping us on top of things like this is why I appreciate and support you guys. Really digging the show. Thanks for your dedication. Thank you for being here, Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat, elite name squad in the house. Appreciate your donation. Also, we got Jordan Cloud with the $5 tip says, they said the level. I hope it's not a $15 game with a single area, but a $40 to $60 full-fledged game. My guess is going to be somewhere in the middle of all of this.
Yeah.
I think I want to say their last game, which was an Oculus exclusive, was Phantom Covert Ops, where you're in the kayak the whole time. And I want to say that was like a 5-ish hour game, maybe 5 or 6 hour game. And with some additional stuff to play afterwards, I think. And how much? I gotta look this up and see how much that went for.
Yeah, I have a feeling this will be like somewhere around a 5 to 10 hour game. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
Phantom went for $30, and
yeah.
I could totally see this being a $30 or $40 game and being like 5 or 6 hours. I mean, Blood and Truth was I blasted through in almost exactly 5 hours, and that was a $40 game. So we'll see how this pans out. Yeah,
but this, regardless, this looks fun, exciting, exhilarating. I love the fact that, it's cool that it's a PSVR exclusive. I have nothing against VR games being on multiple platforms, but it just makes me squeeze my PSVR headset a little bit tighter at night and give it a little kiss.
See, I've always gone to bat for exclusives because I feel like exclusives are when you get something a bit more exciting, something that's been very, very focused on taking advantage of a single platform. There was no way The Last of Us or Uncharted was going to look nearly as good if Naughty Dog was also developing those games for the 360, right? It's just they were able to focus on one platform and make it as good as they could for that platform. And I feel like exclusives has always been the games that shine far more than even the best cross-platform games. So
because they're fully optimized for PlayStation and stuff. And again, they did say that this will have a PS5 patch ready to go. So we'll have some benefits there. I love that. It's like PS5 patch is probably my 2 favorite words, as Skydance Interactive knows very well. But yeah, man, that is just, it just looks so fun. Again, not a DualShock game, totally made for the moves. And I like their bold decision to just be like we're just going to make this as crazy as possible. That's what's going to make this game successful, is not being, the biggest thing I'm seeing in the chat right now is how much people like that this is full locomotion, not an on-rails experience. That is the biggest thing I'm seeing right now. And I couldn't agree more. I loved Blood and Truth to death. I loved, love. It's still one of my favorite games. But. Something with full locomotion is what we want. That is what we are ready for. Yep. I understand at the time that it came out, it was okay, but we are looking into the future. We want full locomotion. We want things to get crazy. We want to have these. What's the point of being in VR if you can't do stuff if you can only do stuff that's like either less than what you can do in real life or the same. You want it to be, you want to experience these things firsthand, first person view, and be the action movie hero.
Yeah. Now, 100%. This is, man. Yeah. I mean, just going down a little further down the Blood and Truth path. It was so good, and I think it's still good. It's still great. But I like diversity in games, and I like that Blood and Truth did what it did. Blood and Truth didn't need to be a game with full locomotion, but the last thing I want is for every game to go down the Blood and Truth path. It's like let every game do what's right for itself. And I saw Jamie House said, I wish this had rails because he doesn't like full locomotion with moves, and that blows me away for somebody who's been around as long as Jay has. At a certain point, full locomotion with moves becomes second nature. We've been kind of dealing with it for 5 years, and so
yeah. I mean, I've noticed, I don't know what to define Jay as, but in general, people that are not used. I'm not saying Jay, you're a casual gamer, but for casual gamers that aren't used to, no, I'm saying, but for that casual audience that are not used to moves. That is why those designs were in place. It's not necessarily the developer's fault. They're trying to figure out the best, most fluid way to deliver gameplay. But yeah, I mean, stuff like Saints and Sinners has shown that we like the more complex, full locomotion, grabbing stuff off yourself, cocking guns and holding them and stuff, and stuff. We are capable of that, and those provide better experiences overall, more freedom, and stuff. So,
yeah, absolutely. Off course says it perfectly well. He says it's a nod to old arcade style shooters like Time Crisis meets Borderlands.
Right.
Yep, absolutely.
And of all, I mean, yeah, and I talk about the GunCon 2 all the time. My love for arcade games, especially light gun shooters and stuff. So I understand it, but I think there needs to be a healthy medium of both, or healthy mix of both. And what I was waiting for that.
Yep.
I was waiting for that. I was just talking about more casual gamers, Jay, not you.
I love it. I love it.
Oh man.
Yeah. Stinger X says not everyone can handle fast-paced VR. Options would be nice. I 100% agree with you 99% of the time. But sometimes there are going to be games that are just meant to like fucking blow the doors off of Locomotion and blow the doors off of what you're capable of doing in VR. There's just some games like Sirento that, you know what? It's like if you're going to try to play that with teleportation or some kind of like scaled back movement system, then you're not going to be experiencing that game. Like I feel like Sirento is not Sirento without doing the wall runs or the slides or the backflips or the triple jumps and I mean, you can do backflips in fucking Sirento. Can you imagine? I mean, there's no option in the world. I mean, you can turn those off, but there's no option in the world that allows you to experience Sirento, as someone who gets motion sickness properly. And so, and I do feel
and
like
have that same experience, without taking away from the experience.
Yeah, I think that game would have been reviewed horribly by certain reviewers if it was played with like quick turning and teleportation and without that whole freedom of movement. And I think this is the exact same thing. They're like, oh, well, it's weird that they don't have teleportation as an option, but you said it exactly right. It's like if you're going to be running and jumping and hanging onto an edge of a helicopter or skiing down a slope or using a zip line and shooting down the whole way. I mean, this is just action packed, and there's just no way to accommodate every single person except for whatever they've done to their game engine or whatever they've done to the actual game to minimize motion sickness. I'm always shocked. Like Des was sort of our test subject. Right? Like back in the day, because when he started playing PSVR games, anything with any motion made him sick. And eventually he started being like, oh, wait, I can play Rush of Blood. Oh, wait, I can play this game. I can play this game. And slowly but surely he became, somebody that could play most games. He was playing Starblood Arena, doing barrel rolls and shit. He's like, yeah, he's like, I don't know what magic they're doing behind the scenes over there, but they're doing it right. And so, anyway, the point is some games just can't have the options we're looking for.
Differently. Because they're talking about Rush of Blood, and Rush of Blood is an amazing rail shooter, but it feels like more tailored and more specifically designed to those kind of like arcade shooters. It feels like an arcade shooter. It's also like the best roller coaster game. I mean, it is, but that is designed from the ground up that way and like designed around that theory, that philosophy, and not so much as like it was a game with full locomotion, and then there's an option to make it just on a roller coaster and stuff. So I don't know.
Right.
I quite frankly just love what this game is. This game is meant for people like me that just want to have the craziest experiences you can possible. Mm-hmm. And it looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just kind of skimming through the blog post again because they did cover a lot of information. I know a lot of people are going to be happy about the manual reloads.
Yes, that stuff is fun. Now, that stuff can get tricky because it requires you to have your setup in a good spot. And that can be a little tough to do for some people. But the satisfaction, the feeling of it is totally worth it. And, get your camera set up right.
Well, and also I think it depends on the game, too. I think some people... some developers haven't nailed that quite yet. Like they really force you to line up the clip or magazine. I don't know. Somebody out there is going to get mad at me for using the wrong term. Go fuck yourself. And jam it in exactly properly. And then you get like the weird VR thing where things like the physics just kind of freak out. And like you're in the middle of a shootout and you're like, I can't reload because it's like, but if you've got if the developers know what they're doing, there can be just the right amount of assist where you can do that without even looking at it and make it a seamless process. I only dislike manual reloading when it's not done properly. Too frequently I try to grab something off my chest or off my ammo belt or whatever and try to reload and if I have to look down to do that properly, well then they've already failed. Right? This needs to be a seamless experience where like I just know where shit is. I can grab it off my chest and throw it in my gun and keep firing. And some games do that well and some of them don't. But Blood and Truth, you can fucking reload in the air. You throw the clip and how cool was that?
This clip I'm seeing right here, I mean, so the one that I've struggled with in the past has been like sniper rifles in particular, like trying to load those, trying to cock those and stuff. Those have been the hardest ones for me. But looking at this gun that he's using while he's skiing, it's like a giant, it's like a big submachine gun, and it has like a giant bolt on the side. And so like I know, seeing that, it's like I know they know what they're doing here.
Yeah.
To make it have that that interactive like immersiveness and stuff, make it more fun, interactive. But it's also huge, like a huge bolt on the side to grab and pull. So it's gonna probably help that with that design choice in wanting to manually cock the guns and stuff. So they seem like they know what they're doing here.
Yeah. No, absolutely. This is
all right.
Well, what do we got?
Sorry. We have nothing. We have 4 minutes to the next one.
We have 2 more games?
Just 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to hang out with the chat.
All right.
Nick Mueller, the Game Cat.
Can I turn off my camera real quick?
I don't know. I mean, you can see what happens.
Does that mess things
up?
up?
No, we're good actually. Yeah, craziness.
All right, cool. I'll be right back.
Good. Nick Mueller says, I can't believe Brian doesn't know the proper term for bullet Pez dispenser. That's good. Yeah, very good stuff. Brian doesn't know how to play games. I mean, if you don't know that by now, then I don't know where have you been. I don't know how to play games, although I guess you know that, but No Man's Sky. Nine Lives, the Game Cat. Wow, weren't you like first one in the chat this morning? Says just stopping in to show some love. Me out, can't stay, but excited to watch later. Ash VR says, seeing the world of Fract kind of reminds me of Sly Cooper. That's not a bad comparison, man. Sly Cooper had that cell shaded but kind of painterly look too. Glacius Dream says, I learned a ton about motion sickness. It's many things, but a huge part of it is when your brain is trying to input a certain movement and something else happens. That's a great point. And actually, that's something that Sony has apparently looked into with PSVR 2. That's part, as cool as we talk about the haptics in the headset being like, ooh, I can feel the rain on my head. Like it's not just that. It's also providing feedback to your face and your brain to say, hey, when you're moving in the game, there's something happening here, and like it kind of more easily tricks your brain into thinking, hey, we're moving, and supposedly helps eliminate motion sickness. We'll see if that's the case or not. Mark Pringsleaf said, Brian, this one Fract is a day one must buy for me. I can't imagine this not being on a lot of people's must buy list. I think we are definitely seeing what End Dreams is capable of. They haven't had too many low points in their career. I think they did Perfect, but also did Shooty Fruity, right? And then Phantom Covert Ops.
Shooty Fruity is incredible too. So
it is.
good.
It is. I mean, that came out during a time where we were like, God, fuck wave shooters. Like, we're so tired of wave shooters. And then that came out and we're like, hey, you know what? This is actually a really fucking good wave shooter. Like everything from like the multitasking to the actual gunplay to the humor in the game. Good stuff, man. But in this shows a developer growing step by step and becoming. This is my favorite thing about being here on the ground floor of VR is watching developers like this start with something like Perfect and being like, what were you, like 3-person development team at best, and then slowly but gradually making their way into bigger indie games, single A games, double A games, and this, I feel like in 5, 6, 7 years, End Dreams could be one of our PSVR 2 AAA developers, and that's.
I feel like that too, man. They're one that has definitely seemed like they have just. You see what they're doing, and it's just like, wow, shit's going good over there.
Yeah, I feel like them and Archaeact have are doing very, very cool things in the VR space.
Yeah. We got
1 minute.
Less than 1 minute till the next one. You guys ready? That was great. This has been a great day, man. Thank you for being here with me, Brian, and Cats and developers and everybody. Love you guys, man. Holy shit, this is so much fun. Okay.
Yeah. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
What
Is it
do we
time? Is
got
it happening?
here?
What's going on? I'm so excited. Yeah, and honestly, like the last two games, man, I think we're really going to see some cool stuff. Portal Player, watch our last Gamescast or the Gamescast before that. Said, will we see the PSVR 2 in June? We had a good conversation about that, and I do think that personally, I think we're going to see PSVR 2 around the end of June, but it could be a couple more months. We'll see.
Ooh, okay, we got it. It is Wanderer. We know a good bit about this game.
All
Okay,
right,
let's see what.
shoot me that link, man.
Got it right here.
Perfect.
Let's see, what are they? Is it a new trailer?
Indeed, it is. All right, and it's a minute and 31 seconds. I could watch Wanderer for like 10 hours at a time, but let's see if I can download this real quick and get it up on full screen as fast as possible.
Oh, there's definitely some new stuff in here.
Nice. It says game reveal trailer. It's almost done downloading. Let me get the full screen set up over here.
Again, this is I would usually not be excited about a puzzle game, but holy shit, this looks like a really, really good game. Like more like an adventure and stuff.
I'm gonna open this up. Done. Are you ready, AJ?
Yes.
On your mark. Get Des. Go.
Time is a complicated business, isn't it?
So good.
And you've managed to bend, if not nearly break it. Quite the mess you've made.
Beautiful.
Tell me, do you think this world you've helped shape is a worthwhile payoff for your escapades? Don't be too hard on yourself. In the end, some things just prove to be inevitable.
Did you see a Super Soaker?
I did.
Careful now, kid. You follow down his path and, well, there's no coming back.
Thought that was Willem Dafoe for a second. It's coming out this summer. I thought they said it was coming out later.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I do feel like they bounce back and forth between a Q3 and Q4 release, and so this apparently they might be the only developer out there who's like, oh, development went way faster than we expected. Let's bump this up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna bring the new trailer up here, so we can have this running in the corner of the screen.
This game just looks stunning, man.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, they didn't seem to be as transparent about what footage we were seeing, but I would guarantee that that's PC VR footage.
Yeah, maybe. So we're going to break down this PS blog, break down some of the stuff that we saw in the trailer, which did include a water gun.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so random. This game is like it's got you talking with different various people, like actual historical figures in history. It just seems like they just were like, well, would it be cool if you were playing drums on a stage as part of a band? Would it be cool if you were doing this? And like, it just seemed like they tried to. They threw everything in, and I can't wait to see how it all like actually works together. Because as little vignettes, little snippets of the game, when we're seeing pieces of it, it's so cool. But I'm like, how do we get from one place to another? So there's a lot of questions I still have about this game, and maybe the blog post will actually answer it for us.
Well, some of that. So the first stuff we saw was you've got the watch, which is like your little companion thing, a robot too. And no, maybe it wasn't the companion robot. At least he was able to talk to you, communicate to you from there. But the first thing we saw of this was him holding up a feather and putting it into the watch, and then it was like transported to the moon. And we were like, what the hell was that? What is going on? This I noticed. Did you see the very first gameplay clip it showed was like a mask, like a tribal mask.
Yeah.
And then he put it, and then it took him to some like Aztec-looking ruins stuff. So I like to see that's going to be like one of the time traveling mechanics is you find this key object, and then it'll have like a certain theme to it, and then it'll absorb into the watch and then transport you there. And I like that. I like that thing. God, it looks so good.
Yeah, they keep comparing this thing to Quantum Leap, and I'm like, oh man, a Quantum Leap game. That's so cool. Like I don't know. I'm not sure how well Quantum Leap is aged, but as a kid, I was like, this is fascinating. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Jumping into different time periods. Go ahead.
They did. They went through a lot of different gameplay things like really fast. So I'm actually going through here. So the first thing that's what I love about this game. So it is a puzzle game, kind of. It's time travel, but it's more. I think it's almost better described as a time traveling adventure, like Red Matter or something. How that was a sci-fi adventure, because as soon as you he transports to like the Aztec ruins or whatever that is, the first thing you have is a bow and arrow. So it's not, again, sorry to sound like a broken record, not a DualShock game, and I love it. But yeah, you go there and he shoots a bow. Then the next site. I'm kind of like stopping it and stuff and pausing it. I'm having to kind of scrub through here. And there's like controlling a crane. Quantum Leap, yeah. Quantum Leap references was great. Quantum Leap was great.
Yeah. Remember the JFK episodes were amazing. There was like a two-parter. It's like just... It's like, but he still died. Yeah, but in the original timeline, his wife died too. It's like, what? Holy shit. What a great twist ending. I just ruined it for everybody out there. 30-year spoiler.
There's a typewriter thing or some kind of keyboard looking thing, and it looks like it's in German. It actually looks like it's maybe World War II, April 22nd, 1945. And it says urgent for General Kammler. Does that sound familiar? Let me look. That was Hans Kammler, an SS Obergruppenführer, responsible for Nazi civil engineer projects and its top secret weapons programs he oversaw. So it is quantum leaping the shit out of this, where it's tying in parts of history and stuff. And I guess you have to change. That's right. The premise of this game was that the world has basically gone to shit, and you have to travel back in time to fix everything.
To put out fires using super soakers.
Yeah, I'm getting to that part too. I'm kind of just scrubbing through this. It definitely is showing a lot of the Aztec rune stuff. It's showing the band playing thing. There's a fishing rod. There's looks to be he's in a post-apocalyptic city. And he's like reeling something up from way below from a fishing rod. So there's fishing. Oh, that was wow. These clips are really quick.
Yeah.
He's controlling. What is the Amtrak? Is that the RC Pro-Am? He's controlling an RC Pro-Am on the moon. Shooting darts at a skeleton. There's a beautiful. Like living room, what is it? And that's where the super soaker comes in, and he's like putting out the fire with the super soaker.
Yep.
I see beer pong, playing some beer pong. I saw a quick glimpse of an umbrella, something shooting. So there is like some combat here, more puzzles. There's so much shit. He's beating. I'm serious. I'm not making any of this shit up. He's beating an alligator with a bat.
Yeah. No, it's literally like a bunch of people sat around the table and they said, what would be fun in VR? Like what are cool things you could use? What are cool items to use? What are cool things you could be doing? And somebody's like, you could play drums, you could shoot a super soaker, you could do this, and they were like, let's just throw it all in, man. Like I'm curious how you get from scene to scene. I'm curious to know exactly how big each of these areas are, how long you stay in each time period. Is it just like, I mean, because I think it was described previously as sort of like an escape room puzzle style thing, and so I'm curious to know like how every time you leap to another time period, are you just trying to figure out how to get out of like this small environment, or the bigger areas to explore? Lots and lots of questions, but. I think we should head over to the PlayStation blog and see what questions that Sam Ramlou has to answer, the executive producer over M Theory and Oddboy. It's a joint effort between those two teams. The headline says, play as a reluctant traveler tasked with rewriting the events of the past and reshaping the future, coming to PSVR. Wander is an action-adventure set in an alternate timeline, one where nature has taken over and everything you know about our real world has been flipped on its head. Is it within your control to change back the course of history, or are some things just inevitable? With our next trailer, the one you're watching now, the Wanderer team, which is New Zealand-based indie game studio, Oddboy and M Theory, showcase more of the unique characters and puzzles you'll find in the game while revealing further exciting clues about Wanderer's underlying story. Now's your chance to get immersed in time travel experience like never before. Wanderer lets you discover and embody an infamous cast of characters with some of history's most daring explorers, revered inventors, and fearless conquerors. Imagining visiting Tesla's lab to help him prepare his world power machine, or experience that fateful day in 1969 when humans first set foot on the moon. Who are the trusted allies, and who are there to foil your attempts to change the course of time? Wanderer lets you jump back and forth through time and dive headfirst into beautifully detailed worlds that pay homage to real events and moments from history. Wanderer's themes explore historical, futuristic, and post-apocalyptic settings while discovering bygone eras, including ancient civilizations, war times, the highly contested space race, and the hippie-cultured 60s. It's not all just the heavy stuff, though. In between saving mankind, no pressure, Wanderer delivers the best in virtual reality fun with mini-games and activities to explore. Why not race an RC car around the moon for an out-of-this-world experience, or try your hand at the drums for a psychedelic 60s buzz? Some of these might even lead to cracking the code and solving a few tricky puzzles. Wanderer sure is shaping up to be an intriguing adventure. What are your theories for the game? What would you change about the past if you could travel back in time?
This sounds incredible. It sounds so thoughtful and well written and just well thought out, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like too good to be true, right? I really we kind of asked the question a little bit about Fract. I think we've asked this question a couple times today. Is this gonna, is this exactly what we're seeing? And it's like small little pieces of everything, or is it as big as it's being described as? How big is this game really? And I think at some point they did clarify a little bit. I think they went on record saying it's probably going to take most people 7 to 10 hours to beat. I have to double check my facts on that one, so please don't quote me. I know I've heard a lot of different things going through. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to et.2k9.now with a $10 tip. Says, looks like Google won't allow name change because it's tied to an old Google Plus account. ET will do fine. Thanks for covering this event. Thanks.
All right, thanks, ET.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man.
Gone home.
Yeah, you gave him shit for his name. You're like, I wish you'd change his name, but
I didn't give shit.
Nah, you did.
I was just poking fun.
No, I like it, man. et.2k.com. Right. So.
Oh man, what a day this has been so far. We still got one left, man. How long have we been at this? How many hours?
I'm at 17, I think, roughly. I basically woke up, crawled out of bed, and was like, "Thumbnail, make a thumbnail. Let's do this." Okay, boom. That's okay, man. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's been awesome celebrating this with you guys. I can feel my voice is already going. I've been talking for hours at this point.
One more, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Then you got to do a breaking news report.
And then I got to do a breaking news report, kind of summarize all of this stuff for anybody who didn't want to sit here for the 17 hours with us. But that's good, man. That's good. It's always way more exciting to have to work to do. Yeah.
The reception that I've seen for the unveiling of this game and everything has been really good. I know a lot of the times like a PSVR game will get posted on YouTube. Most of the time it's positive and stuff, but sometimes people will be really harsh, and they'll be like, "Oh, it looks like PS1 game" and stuff. And I remember just this one kind of setting itself apart because this was something that is trying something a little bit different, trying something a little bit new. And the reception to it overall was just everybody was like, "This looks amazing," and I couldn't agree more, man. I hate puzzle games, and this looks like it could possibly be the best puzzle game on PSVR.
I mean, I hope so. I really don't want to build this thing up too much because I am very curious to know like where like. I think
I'm just saying it looks like the way it's presented, the way it looks.
Yeah.
It's like I would think it's not a far fetched thought to think that.
Right, absolutely. Brian Piccolo says, "Can we turn down Dave's mic? He's coming in a little hot." Yeah, Dave. Can you take care of that on your
mic,
end?
Dave?
Yeah.
Dave.
So yeah, miss you, Dave. Man, I was hoping he was going to pop in at some point today.
Yeah.
I actually called Jeremy last night to see if he was around, and he's on vacation, man. So everyone wish Jeremy a happy vacation. And I actually saw him in the chat earlier, but by the time I saw him, he was already saying goodbye. And I was like, oh damn, that's too bad. But it was nice seeing Jeremy here. So I've got a confession, and it directly relates to this game. One of my least favorite things in video games. First of all, usually time travel is really generic in video games. Right? It's like, where are you going to go? Oh, we're going to go see the dinosaurs. Okay, great. We're going to go to, like some ancient civilization. We're going to go to the future, and it's some generic future. Like, it's usually really generic. There's been great examples of time travel in video games, but so few and far between. And I also hate historical figures in video games. Right? Yeah, like just speaking of Jeremy here, one of his favorite series of all time is the Shadow Hearts RPG series, which I think is a great series of games. I was just playing Kudeka on PlayStation 1 last night. You know what? Let's not talk about that. But like running across historical figures is so unlikely, right? It's like even if you were to travel to a time period where that historical figure was, like there's billions of people in the world. What's the likelihood you're just going to stumble across this person you've heard of before, right? Like that's like AJ just randomly coming to Worcester, walking around being like, I wonder if I'm going to run into Brian. The answer is no. Like, you're not, right? Like, unless you know my schedule and shit, like, it's just not going to happen. And so I always think it's like a little far-fetched, like some of the time travel ideas and then running into historical figures. I'm like, it's not stuff I've ever really enjoyed. And so, but this game is really doing its best to change my perception on both of those things. And if this game is successful, I think it will. I'm excited to like be like, oh, you know what? I was totally wrong about both of these concepts.
Well, I think that's what I said about the whole importance of the artifacts that you find that transport you to these specific moments, these specific places, because that's going to be how they tie it together. Is you've got this note, like I said, that's going to like one of the SS or something, and you probably grab the note or something relevant to that person. Like voodoo or something, like the lock of hair from that specific person, or like something where it takes you to that specific time and moment and stuff. So, man, just it looks like an absolute awesome adventure overall. Like I said, I love it when puzzle games disguise themselves as something else, and I also love that this comes from a New Zealand-based indie studio. I mean, that is M Theory and Odd Boy, and that is something that comes from a little tiny, well, I don't know how big they are, but I'm assuming they're a small, little New Zealand studio. Something that looks this good and this intricate and everything, that is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I do. I feel like that they're downplaying this ever since they realized that it's not a good look. But this is a planned first game in a series, right? And so. Right. And so I feel like they maybe mentioned that once, like when they first revealed the game, and then they didn't say anything else about it. Maybe they said it in an interview with us. I forget. But it's chapter 1 or episode 1 or whatever games have a bad reputation. And so if you guys had heard that previously, this is a full-fledged its own game, right? It's like they made Raiders of the Lost Ark. And now, and they've already got ideas for Temple of Doom. So just keep that in mind.
Note to all developers: do not call your game Part 1.
Episode 1, Part 1, nothing, man.
Whose idea was that in the first place? Because it's not like flat games do that. Like, so why do some VR developers try to force that so much when not even flat games do that?
Yeah, and even the flat games that have said it have been failures too, right? Like
right.
Yeah, I forget what it was. There was like a 360 game. Oh God, is it Advent Rising? something, and they were like, oh, it's a planned 8-part adventure, blah blah blah, and they were like, we're gonna do comic books and cartoons and movies and blah blah blah. The first game came out and it fucking flopped, and that was the end of that. Like, done. So let's just not say that anymore.
How many of these games do you think might get a PSVR 2 remaster?
I hope all of them. Like, I really like. There's a part of me. There's the selfish part of me that wants PlayStation VR 2 to be so good and all the games to be as good as possible. That, like, I'm like, just hold off on all of these games. Like, obviously, we need games to play for the rest of the year. So, like, I'm glad these are coming out on PSVR 1. But, like, in my perfect future, all of them will get PSVR 2 versions.
Have you noticed that very subtly every single year, unless I'm mistaken, every single year it does seem like has been better than the last. Like overall, it's the big games have been maybe spread a little thin over the course of 4 or 5 years. Because if you go back and look at the PSVR library from the beginning, you're just like, oh. Like, there are so many rough games in there. But then every now and then there's, like, a big one. But to me, this is just another example of, like last year, I kept saying, like, 2018 was kind of the biggest, the first, like, big year of lots of crazy releases. I remember it being a huge deal to me. The 2019, we got, like, Blood and Truth and No Man's Sky and stuff. And then, of course, last year, to me, was the biggest year for PlayStation VR with Saints and Sinners, Dreams, Iron Man. There was like a lot of stuff that came out last year that was pretty big. But now you got this stuff coming out, and now I'm questioning myself. I'm like, is this year going to end up being in what I believe to be the best year for PSVR? And
started with Hitman.
It started with Hitman, then
Hitman 1, 2, and 3. Hitman 1,
Yeah.
2, and 3. So not a bad way to start 2021.
Yeah.
Doom
But
3.
okay, we've got 9 minutes left to the grand finale reveal of the day. 9 minutes, and let's do a quick recap. You want him?
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's a great idea. That is a wonderful, wonderful idea.
I'll give your vocal cords a quick rest. We started the day with Arashi, Castles of Sin, a Tenchu-looking stealth ninja game in feudal Japan where you have a dog companion that is amazing to me. It's like, I don't know if I mentioned it was stealth, but yeah, stealth action, multiple different ways, weapons and stuff like that. Yes, Tenchu is the name of the game. But this looks really, really cool. It's also a sandbox game. These are sandbox environments, so you'll get to probably like approach each area as you please and conquer them in different ways, which is really cool. Again, cannot stress how much that wolf companion means to me. Haru is going to be my new obsession moving forward. Sorry, Rock. But that was game number 1. Game number 2 was Puzzle Bobble 3D Vacation Odyssey by Servios. This is, of course, the long-lasting retro series.
What happens? Looks like. All right, it says we're live. Let's hopefully that is the case.
Okay.
First,
Sorry
fantastic.
about that. Whoops. All right. So second game was Puzzle Bobble. It's by Servios, and for the first time, Brian, 3D puzzles for this. All right. But yeah, it looks to be pretty good. You said the price point was what, $20?
$20. Yeah.
And okay. Third one was, let's see here. I think it was Winds and Leaves. And we got a release date for that. We got 6 minutes to the final reveal too. Winds and Leaves, Flora Builder in a World Full of Secrets, hits PSVR July 27th. That is going to be like a big exploration, very chill, relaxed game, most likely. All right. Then we got After the Fall, which, man, I am finally starting to come around on this. And it wasn't that anything they showed was bad. They just weren't showing enough of After the Fall. And I feel like I finally got a good look at enough of the gameplay where I'm like, yeah, this is going to be fun, right?
Dude, 100%. I think this is going to be awesome. It's one of my most anticipated games.
Yeah, definitely. 4-player co-op, cross-platform, aim and moves. pretty good stuff here. So, and then we got Fracked, which of course finally, because we had a gameplay teaser for Fracked, and it looked good, but it was just a teaser, and so I was happy to actually get a deeper dive into the gameplay, and holy shit, it looked epic. You were all here. It was exciting. Got to see the skiing, explosions, jumping, stuff like that. And then finally, with 5 minutes left for the last reveal, the last game we just saw just now was Wanderer VR. Woo! All right. So we have just a couple minutes, guys. Maybe take your bathroom breaks.
Ooh.
What am I saying?
Sounds good.
You can take us to the bathroom with you. I won't look.
I might look. I'm sorry.
Brian might look.
Yeah.
No
promises.
Yeah, let's just. Ooh, man. This has been exciting. This has been so much fun, man. So much fun celebrating with you guys. And yeah, let's just hang out for a couple minutes. How's everyone's day going?
What's your pick of the show so far, man? We've seen 6 games with still one more to go. What's your pick of the show? Which game are you most excited for?
Oh. It's between 2 of them.
For me, it's between 6 of them.
I have such a soft spot for animals, man. And Arashi looks pretty incredible, but I might... It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
I think I gotta go with Fracked so far. Just because of the high octane, action-packed, crazy thrill ride that it looks to be. But I got a big soft spot for Arashi. That looks like something that I will absolutely love, and I'm looking forward to shooting zombies and stuff in after the fall as well.
Yeah, it's really, really tough. And yeah, I mean, Arashi looks fantastic. It kind of came out of nowhere for me. Like, it was something, a game I'd never heard of until today, and blew me away. Really was something that we'd been asking for, I feel like, for a really long time. I don't know if Tenchu was on AJ's list of PlayStation classics that needs to be brought to VR, but it should be, if you've never played a Tenchu game, it was sort of marketed back in the day as like a Metal Gear Solid Feudal Japan kind of game. And it was...
No, but Jetmoto was.
Jetmoto was. And hey, I'll give it to Jetmoto, man. Like, that game, I like the first one. I never played.
And Cool Borders. Cool Borders was on there too.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Let's see what the chat is saying.
Here's the thing, man. So I'm sorry, just before we go to the chat, Arashi and Fracked are the 2 most exciting ones, right, for me. But every time I think of the game that I just want to play right now is After the Fall. And so somehow that's gonna still take a game of the show for me so far. Yeah.
Seeing lots for Fracked, seeing lots for Arashi, actually seeing some from Bobble as well. Anikaze says, "Where is Jumping Flash VR?" I couldn't agree more. Jumping Flash VR would be perfect. We have 1 minute till the next game.
How did that happen?
I've considered trying to make Jumping Flash in Dreams. If I just had the time, I would, because it wouldn't be that hard, to be honest with you. It's just time consuming.
Wait, Tenchu was a From Software game, not the original one. That can't be right.
Oh yeah, I think it was.
Tenchu?
I think it was.
I remember playing King. They did King's Field. There's no way they did Tenchu.
I feel like that rings a bell for some reason, though.
I mean, X-Pacer X is seldom wrong. But I'm going to bet a pizza on this one.
That's interesting. Oh, we got some Wanderer love here.
Nice.
Yeah, looks like everybody's excited about just about all of them, and that's a great.
It means this year is so exciting for PSVR. There's plenty of great stuff to come. We didn't even talk about, this. We got all sorts of games that weren't talked about today, and those are all coming soon too. So I mean, man, tons and tons of great games coming soon. I just want to play Dash Dash. All right, it's 2:00. We got to get this final reveal at the door here.
Waiting for the final reveal. And, ooh, it's Sniper Elite, and it gets a release date. And I won't say what it is just yet, but oh my God, it is not far. Oh, shit, I posted the wrong thing. My bad.
Right.
Hold on. Remove that. Don't go there. Nobody look at that. Let's watch the trailer together. Here you go. Here you go. Bam. Ooh, you guys.
Ooh. Oh, look, I got to put my birthday for the 17th time today. Thanks, PlayStation. Wait, it said you may not access the content. What?
What?
I guess I put in my birthday wrong, and I put in the wrong birthday. Hold on, let me actually. I think I can just click log in, and it'll actually log into my account, and then I'll be fine.
Here, you can try this one too.
No,
Here.
I got it. Hold on. I got it. It still doesn't know my birthday, even though I logged in. But whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah,
PlayStation.
don't spoil it.
I've only been a PlayStation fan for 20 years, 25 years. Don't worry if you don't know my birthday. That's fine, PlayStation. I won't get too upset
Sniper
about
Elite.
it.
Let's go.
Oh,
Okay,
and it's like the shortest trailer of the day too. Ugh. What?
No, it's not. It's minute 10. It's short, but all right. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll get going.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute because we got
Yeah.
Because I now
Oh
gotta.
my God. Let's see how much is in the blog post too. Let's see here. Oh, there's a lot in the blog post to break down. Sweet.
Okay. That's really
we got
good
a
to
lot
hear.
to go over here.
All right, let's see if I can use an online YouTube downloader, because mine is apparently broken just for today.
Sniper Elite. Oh. I was praying
All right,
to
here we
the
go.
aim and move gods.
It's downloading. Thank
They-
God.
Please.
We're gonna go
They
over-
have delivered, you guys.
we're gonna click
This
over
game might
full
be
screen.
DualShock 4 supported as well. I'm not sure. But I know it's at least aim and moves.
Yeah, I would definitely say DualShock. All right, are you ready?
I am ready. You guys ready? Let's do this, man. Final reveal of the day is Sniper Elite VR with a release date and new gameplay trailer. Let's do this, Brian.
On your mark, get this, go.
Rated M for mature.
Not a day passes when I do not think of that time. Why did we fight? We fought so they would not have to. So they never have to live through the horrors we faced. I used cover and shadow to stay hidden. It took nerve, but stealth made me deadly. I swore not a single enemy soldier would leave this place alive. The enemy had surrounded me. The only way out now was through them.
July 8th. July 8th, we are getting Sniper Elite VR. Let's go. Oh,
This is
man,
by
how much-
far the best trailer we've seen for this game so far. By far.
Yes. And oh my God. I mean, that was 1:10, but did you see how much action was in that?
Yeah, they packed it in big time.
There was a lot of levels too. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, it was nice to see the level that I played at PAX East. God, it was over a year and a half ago, I guess at this point. But then to see like all the variety of levels too is fantastic. Like some of the outdoor stages, actually a lot of it looks like it's outdoors and like some really big play fields. And then the interior environments looked, really detailed and stuff. Some of the different gameplay mechanics, like kind of being stealthy, walking on planks, looking down to people in the room below you, that kind of stuff. I mean, you're right. They packed in so much stuff into this minute-long trailer that, it's kind of hard not to be excited about this one.
It looks incredible, man. Holy crap. Now we know that this is and we're going to get to the PlayStation blog here because there's a lot to break down. Lots of action, lots of different guns. There was a lot more than just sniping. If you noticed, there was a lot of machine guns. And I saw a lot of levels too. I saw like levels in the on a boat or something. It looked like near water. There was like some in the city. We know this takes place in I think it's World War II setting, and it's in Italy. And did you notice that there was like a heavy narrative going on there?
Yeah, I was actually shocked. One of the first things they showed, like within seconds of the trailer starting, was like this backyard family picnic type thing. I was like, what is going on here? It's like the last thing I expected out of this. And I mean, if they can pull that off, they can, okay, in all fairness, I think the only Sniper Elite games I ever played was like Zombie Army Trilogy. And so I guess I wasn't expecting any story, but like is narrative something that's been part of this series for a while? Like I just wasn't expecting it.
That's actually a good question because I'm not super familiar with it either.
I bet some of the cats are. I bet some of the cats will tell us.
Yeah. Let us know, cats, which ones, if there's a couple of them or someone, the main ones, if they're very story driven or something, or if it's all just about like just the setting, sandbox gameplay kind of thing.
Dude, and that getting a release date was the important thing for me here. This was This was one that sort of went off the radar for a little bit, sort of disappeared. People were like, is it canceled? Anytime you don't hear from a developer for more than like 3 months, people are like, it must be canceled. And so I was
Who
really...
would say something like that, Brian?
I mean, I don't know, man. No one around here, that's for sure. But the fact is like, I think I had said before, I was like, the next time we hear from Rebellion, and by the way, I had no idea this was like co-developed by CodeSync. I saw their name in the final screen. I was like, that's shocking. I had no idea they were involved in this at all. And but I was hoping that the next time these guys came out of hiding and had something to reveal, had something to say, a new trailer, knew something, that we would hear a release date and it would be soon. And that's exactly what we got, man. July 8th is just over a month away. And I think, is this out of all the games we saw today, this one's the one coming out the soonest, right? I don't think anything else had a...
Yes. Yeah, because Winds and Leaves was July 27th. So this is the one that is the closest. This is awesome, man. And I'll take the article if you want, but if you want to get that tip first.
Genetic Blasphemy with the $5 tip says, great stream, guys. Brian needs birthday clipped to shirt with safety pin. Arashi, Fract, and Sniper. Why'd I bother getting vaccinated? I'm so confused. Brian needs birthday clipped to shirt with safety pin?
Because you entered it wrong.
I'm all caught up. I was like, am I reading this wrong? Yeah.
Drinks 07 says, where is the X-ray kill cam? That is in the game. That is already been confirmed that it's like the signature thing, I believe.
It was was in the game when I played it at PAX East like a year and a half ago. So like it's very cool. This game looks good. I was playing it on the Pro. It looks good, and that was again a while back. It still had a significant length of development time ahead of it. So I'm a little curious to see like if it looks better than the version I played. That was definitely vertical slice thing going on.
Hawk 107 says, all of these are for PSVR or PSVR 2? These are all PSVR 1 games, man, coming this year, coming next month. Man. All right, so we've got this article from Steve Bristow, assistant head of design at Rebellion, and he says, your home, your family, and everything you love lies in the path of a vast and brutal army. Will you pick up your rifle and stand against impossible odds to defend them? Rebellion, in partnership with Just Add Water and CodeSync, brings you a brand new addition to our multi-million selling Sniper Elite series. You will experience a powerful World War II story through the eyes of an Italian partisan rising with your brothers and sisters to protect your homeland from the fascist forces that threaten to destroy the homeland. We've designed Sniper Elite VR from the ground up as a VR exclusive game that retains the authenticity that the title is famous for and delivers a new perspective on our critically acclaimed sniping and stealth mechanics. Yes. Sniping in VR feels so good, by the way. The first and most important of these is the scope. I agree. The PlayStation VR aim controller. Let's go while I read this. It really opened our eyes to how far we could go with the realism of using a sniper rifle. When you lift the aim and steady yourself to fire, you find yourself holding your breath and squeezing the trigger slowly. It's not just about playing the role of a sniper. It actually helps you to land that first shot on target. There were many technical challenges to overcome. It is, after all, adding a third camera to a rendering demands of the game. But with some clever tricks assisted by console's horsepower, we've created the seamless, immersive, and natural feeling of using a real physical sniper scope. This is good stuff so far, man.
Yeah.
Aim support. With the PS Move controllers, you'll manually feed a new clip of ammo and action the bolt of a Carcano rifle or slap a fresh magazine into a Stein. Or if John Woo is more your style, then dual wield a pair of Colt 1911s, a signature pistol from World War II. Yeah, so lots of interactive elements. This is cool. This might add some replay value to the game, because you might have a different experience using the aim, or to have the immersive sniper experience, or using move controllers and like manually reloading, or option for dual wielding pistols. This is good stuff here, man.
Yeah.
Sniper Elite's defining signature moment is the iconic, wait for it, X-ray cam. There was never any doubt that we would need to bring it to VR. See, there you go. Whoever was asking about that. Sorry, there's so many people. I can't remember. To bring it to VR, and that it would have to express all the punch and power of the original. It took a lot of fine-tuning, but I'm happy to report that we have succeeded. Congratulations and thank you. Like a lot of things in VR, you'll have to see it for yourself before you believe it. And it does have a picture of the X-ray stuff. That's going to look crazy. Free movement is the third pillar of the Sniper Elite series. The tactical options that open up when you can pick your own path through the enemy, sneak to an overlook position, or sprint for cover when things go loud, demanded that we step away from the on-rails gameplay of some VR shooters. So another nod to, hey, full locomotion, no rails, and stuff like that. Although I do remember that this game did mention a long time ago that they will probably have accessibility options. This is one that teleportation could probably work. So for the people that need it. So that has required that we support a suite of movement and comfort options. There we go. Sniper Elite VR allows you to customize many aspects of the movement system, including free movement, single stick teleport, and facing input and individual control over the position of inventory, interact points, and hand offsets. The combined VR development experience of the three studios working on Sniper Elite VR has been brought to bear to create an experience for players at all comfort levels, preferences, without compromising the thrilling sensation of the gameplay. Rebellion is a strong believer in virtual reality as a platform for creating unique gaming experiences. We were part of the first group of studios to deliver a release title for PSVR with Battlezone Gold, that is correct, and the principles that inform the development of that game. That it should be a full AAA game that exploits the unique qualities of VR remain true for Sniper Elite VR. Finally, if you're a fan of the Sniper Elite series or are coming to it for the first time, you're going to get an explosive and exhilarating experience that will challenge you and keep you coming back for more. We can't wait for you to get your hands on it. July 8th. Let's go.
Miles Dyer says, teleportation so you could sniper yourself in the head? Awesome. Ben L, the game cat with the $5 tip, says it would be epic if the rifle was set to the aim and the pistols / subgun was the move controllers, and you could swap between the two sets as you play. That would be pretty cool. Right. I know some people have like different controllers sitting around, like when they play No Man's Sky. Grab this one, grab that, grab those, all good to go. Right. That would be kind of fun, actually. Have like the moves holstered to your belt. Wow. Well,
yeah, lot to unpack here.
Yeah, Jordan Cloud says price $40 to $50. What do you think? It's so tough to kind of say on this one because we don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is if they're aiming for a AAA game. You know, if it's several hours long. And by the way, looking at the trailer, that looked like a ton of environments. So, I mean, you know, I don't care what a price a game is if it justifies it with the content or experience. So, yeah. They're saying all the right things here for sure. And like I said, a complete different experience with the moves, with the aim, adds a lot of value to it.
Yeah, No, absolutely. This looks great, and yeah, the fact that you're using the terms AAA in the PlayStation blog description leads me to believe that this very well could be a $40 to $50 game. And again, we've said it 1,000 times. It's I want more expensive games on PlayStation VR, because as long as those prices are coming with games that should be valued at those prices. It's like I've got no problem with every single game with $60 as long as every game feels like a $60 game.
Right.
And I just hope that this one is. We
don't have a price point for it yet, so we don't even know.
We don't. That's how the conversation started. We're kind of speculating a little bit. George Freeland Haynes says, "Are you guys going to be using the moves or the aim?" I think to kind of go along with what AJ was just saying, I'm going to blast through it with the aim first, and then probably play through a completely second time with the moves, because it does seem like a different experience.
Yeah. Man, there are a lot of explosions in this trailer. I just saw I seriously see 20 explosions real quick. But another thing I noticed, I don't know if you noticed this as well, but and the sniper scope looks really clean. I hope that translates well. I don't think I've ever seen this many explosions in a trailer ever. But there's a lot of stuff. I'm seeing some of the environments, and we talked about this literally 2 years ago when you played the demo. But I'm seeing a lot of destructible kind of like walls crumbling, things blowing up. I see an explosion and somebody ragdolling out. So it looks like they might have done some good work with the physics here and stuff. And it's nice to see. I think I saw somebody mention in the chat that they actually blocked some debris coming at them with their hand. That would be really interesting. I'm sure it's not a main part of the game, but if that's just in there, that's pretty sweet.
I mean, so that's the exact. It's literally a 1 to 2 second part of the trailer where the guy's running up these stone steps next to a huge stone wall, and there's an explosion, and some of these rocks are coming down at you, and he's in the trailer, he's got his hands up, and I think that's very much a trailer thing to do. Be this a natural reaction of a person. But I played. That's exactly the segment that I played during PAX East, and the destructible environments and everything. I don't think, and hopefully Rebellion will correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think what looks like destructible environments, I think it's all scripted. Anytime you see something like bricks go flying off, it's scripted. It's not you're just going to be shooting around and stones are going to be flying and walls are going to be crumbling. I don't think, I'm going to just guess, having played through that part where there was a scripted explosion that happened as I ran up the stairs, I just ran straight through those bricks falling on me. And I just think that's a very theatrical thing for them to do for the trailer. But it's it looks good. It looked good a year ago. It looks good now.
Yeah. ET says hoping Sniper has challenges like Hitman. So I did see there was a part where he was shooting in the trailer. It just shows it for a split second, but I saw a moment where he was shooting and it was showing points. And that was not the same as the story mode, it looked like. So it looks like there could be maybe some challenge mode stuff. I'm not exactly sure.
That sounds good.
I didn't mention that in the blog post, but that definitely stood out when I saw him shooting a dude, and the dude was 300 points or something. So we'll have to see what that's all about.
Shout out to Belramio the Game Cat with the €5.49 donation. Says, "Wow, you guys are still going. Kudos to you. Kudos to you for coming back." Well, how many people started the day with us and then went to work and came back and hey guys, what's up? Yeah, so when I played this, I will say that even then the sniper scope looked pretty good. I know that there is a difference between the PlayStation 4 and the Pro version, so we know that there is a Pro patch. I don't know if there's a PS5 patch. That is something that I don't know if they've said publicly or if we were ever told before, but I hope so, because this game really does look good, and I know they're also targeting the Quest, so it's to be able to say, oh man, this really taking advantage of the PlayStation 4 Pro and the PS5 and giving us really, really nice looking environments to play through, because this trailer is making it look really pretty. This is a really pretty looking game, and I hope that translates to the headset. But yeah, man, that sniper scope, it looked good. It looked good, and it was easy to to get the hang of. and a little shocking that they were able to do it so well, with environments that look like this. So we've certainly seen at least 2 games on opposite sides of the budget spectrum, like Hitman and Honor and Duty, D-Day, both went to like flat screen, right, when you were doing sniper stuff, and to see these guys be able to like actually render a sniper scope, like Alvo actually did it really well too, is awesome. It's awesome, and I think essential for a game called Sniper Elite VR.
yeah,
right.
Yeah. So. I never played the Medal of Honor, but I saw a lot of people saying that this already looks better than the Medal of Honor that came out late last year.
Oh, yeah.
But man, wow, what a day, Brian and Katz. Holy shit.
Can we go back to bed now?
I don't know how long we started this, but oh man, this was a lot of fun though, man. This was really cool. All PSVR 1 stuff. What would you grade this event?
Out of 78, I would grade it. I mean, this was pretty much perfect. It's like we saw a new game that we'd never heard of before that looks amazing. Arashi looks fantastic. Is it called Arashi, or did I just make that up? It looks amazing, yeah. And like, what an amazing way to kick off the show. We said that Sony is always like kicking off the show with like the best thing you're gonna see, or the most the new thing, and then just kind of like falling back on stuff that you already know. And so I was a little concerned that like, oh, okay, we're not going to see new release dates. We're not going to see interesting trailers. We're just going to get like enough to make these announcements just worthwhile. But I think they killed it.
This is by far an A+ for me personally. This was an A+. I'm actually surprised. I feel like all these reveals, these were good enough for a video event. So I'm actually kind of surprised that there was no. We had said that we expected the next thing to be a blog, but this was honestly good enough to do an event around. These games look incredible. They graphically they look amazing, where people wouldn't have any backlash. They have full locomotion, all using move controllers and stuff, and very immersive gameplay experiences, stuff like that. Variety. This is an A+ showing from Sony, in my opinion. Not being. Maybe I am biased. I can't. There's no way I can be unbiased because I just am a fan. But I just feel like this was really exciting, really great reveals. I can't wait to check out each and every one of these. And man, yeah, A+ in my book.
Yeah, no, this was fantastic. If it was up to me, I mean, there were small things that I would do differently, but honestly, it's really hard to complain. These are all fantastic titles, and I think covers a lot of different grounds. I think there's, with games like Sniper Elite and Fract, it's like you get your real action-centered stuff. Yeah. To be able to include wins and leaves in this presentation is great, because it's like this total niche game that's coming to PlayStation VR that I don't know how many people are going to care about, but I think the people who do care about it are going to like be pleasantly surprised. And Wander, I mean, like this is just a great selection of titles. And seven, man, we saw 7 over the course of the last 3+ hours. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm really happy that we could share this with all of you guys out there. I do want to give a couple shout outs before we end the stream. Jive Slippers with the $5 tip. It says, me prior to live stream. I can catch up my backlog before PSVR 2, since there won't be many more new games coming out before. Me after. Oh boy.
Yeah, man.
Was that a Quantum Leap reference? I think it was. It's get caught up on your backlog now, man.
I'm excited, man. My backlog is caught up. Like, I'm good to go. I am ready to tear through each and every one of these.
I've got a backlog of reviews I want to get done. There's a solid a couple of newer games that need to be reviewed, and about 5 or 6 old games I'd like to review. So that's what I'm going to try to do by the time Sniper Elite comes out and kicks off the summer of gaming. We also got Mako XL with the Canadian $2 says, Dave's silence is complicity. Where is Dave? Somebody poke Dave. Make sure he's okay. All right, you guys. I want to give a shout out to everybody who hung out with us. This was I saw some names for the entire stream, so thank you for sticking it out with us.
Yeah, man.
You guys are all awesome. Thank you everybody who donated. Of course, it keeps the channel running. Thank you everybody supports us on Patreon, patreon.com/withoutparolegames. If you want to support us on a more regular basis, of course, any way you feel like supporting us is always appreciated. Make sure you join us over on Discord, where this conversation happens 24/7. The link for that is in the description below. Don't forget, we're going to be doing Star Wars Squadrons multiplayer meetup this Sunday, so that's really important. And we're going to be organizing that over on Discord. So click that link. Let's do it. Make sure you subscribe to AJ over at PSVR Underground, because he's been doing awesome live streams over there. Subscribe to Dave over at Dave Station VR. I think, he actually did stream No Man's Sky last night. We asked him to. He did it. All was good. And of course, thank you to our loyal moderators who keep the chat civil and keep everything running smoothly. I'm not going to ask Sci-Fi Game Cat Henry to do timestamps for this thing. I'm just going to make a breaking news report. So, no thanks to you, sir, but I'm going to need you again tomorrow. All right, is that it, man? You got anything to add before we get out of here?
Oh, man. No, just a great showing. Cannot wait. It's going to be a booming summer, as we can see. And yeah, man, super excited about the new reveals and release dates, man. I'm so ready. Let's do this shit. I'm ready to have a great summer.
Let's do this, man. Pop the champagne. It's time to party. All right.
Hell yeah.
Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
See y'all.